points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past the diving stunt. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud, 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, maybe they listened. I put on my headphones and didn't even touch the slider. I had to turn it up. Oh, not you? Wait.
I wanted to process. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you know the last one was in that chair?
Oh,
good morning.
Too early. Good morning. You're right. It was
night.
you.
I was here at whatever time.
That's
10:30.
why. Oh, okay. You listen at a normal level.
Yes.
Well,
it may be too low, apparently.
Let's do that all the time.
Yes.
Actually, you were a subject of a conversation with my daughter tonight, or last night. I know, right? And good morning.
Good morning.
We were watching the game.
Yeah.
And she got excited because you came on and we're doing the radio feed. I think it was halftime. She's like, that's Jason. And because she never hears that, she's like, Jason's on TV, and the whole whatever.
Yeah.
So, and she
Let her
goes,
think that.
And she goes, Daddy, why don't you do that? And the correct answer is, I don't have the talents, but it's my daughter. I'm not going to say that. I said, well,
You said I'm too good for that.
I said, yeah, that's peasant work, sweetheart. No, I said, because I'm not as hard a worker as Jason. She goes, what do you mean? I go, well, Jason was in yesterday to the morning show. And then Jason went home, and we actually were here late yesterday because we had some meetings.
Yeah.
And then Jason goes back to the studio, and he's there for about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go home tonight around 10-ish.
It was a long game.
11-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And then he's going to get some sleep, not a lot, and then he's going to go back. And
Correct.
That's just, that's,
Here we are.
That I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I'd rather you eat dinner here with you. It's one of those things. And
well, I'm glad to hear she was excited.
She was. It was actually really funny because I didn't think it. Of course, you wouldn't either. I was, and it's just, that's you get. Oh, and it was almost like you got this promotion and you're on TV now. It was a very big thing.
Yeah,
for
I was on the computer.
You were. Well, we were streaming it to the television.
Nice.
It was neat, and watched the game.
They did a good job with that. I know it froze a couple times, but they put the graphics in there, some different things, and
it was
Fan Fest. And
best one of those I've seen. They even kind of sync together the reads with the video, the overlays and all that. So that was neat. It was far more pleasurable than the game.
Yeah, it was a rough watch.
That was a Broncos. What was the game that sucked?
Colts.
Broncos Colts type.
I almost put it out in the ether, like, be careful what you say. I was like, you know what, this game's gonna get overtime, isn't it? And I'm like, I'm not saying it out loud because I do not want that to happen.
It was.
Normally, I like more basketball, extra That game did not deserve it, and I'm glad it didn't get it.
No extra basketball.
No,
we needed the opposite of it. We need less basketball.
Running clock. Let's go. Move on.
Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. We got a fine show for you. I wanted to use this time to shout out Thursday. It's not a thing, and it won't be, but today only.
Why?
I want to do some shout outs. First off,
if you want your shout out, get on the horn right now. 916-339-1140. Tell us where you're calling from.
You said the magic word, and then Radio Man came out.
Radio J.
Shouts and requests.
By the way,
DJ Mars.
Does that phone number even work anymore?
916-339-1140. You better believe it does.
I thought that was just the text line.
No, you're just the text line.
Oh, I think it's just the text line. Well, or just in case
You're in a battle with the DJ.
I know, right? No, it's you. No, it's you.
I'll hang up on you, caller.
Are you actually trying to call it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, first off, I want to say shout out to, as I'm looking at the phone. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay, so I told
That won't get annoying really
I
quick.
told you so. 916-339-1140. Shout out to the preview for the movie Smile. Okay.
Heard it's a great movie.
You did?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't know, and
Jason.
he doesn't like horror movies.
No, it's not good. I heard it's terrible from me, and nobody told me that.
How did you? When did you watch it? How long ago?
I've already seen the movie.
You saw it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And they're not smiling of happiness.
No, they're not.
Yeah, trickery.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, but so why is this a shout out?
Well, I was just, is it an acknowledgement? It's
Okay.
Acknowledgement Thursday.
Hey, get your acknowledgments at 916-339-1140.
Where did that guy come from?
I don't know, but I want him to go back there.
You're not going to see it, please.
No, I don't. I'm not a scary movie guy generally.
Love scary movies.
I don't like gore and guts and stuff. That's not. But like The Shining, The Ring. God, what was the movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar where it was a remake of a Japanese movie and like the thing crawled.
That movie sucked, but I know what you're talking about. I saw it in the
theater
theater.
last summer.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
No.
one. It was.
Also, what happened to Sarah Michelle Gellar?
She's still around. She's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Where?
Freddie Prinze.
Sarah
right?
Michelle.
Oh,
Gellar.
she is married to Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah. So, anyways, I saw that preview about like a month ago when I went and saw. I forget what movie it was in the movie theater, but it was actually my wife took me to a scary movie because she doesn't like scary movies, so it was a thing, and she took me to one as a surprise, and it was the one with Ethan Hawke in it. He was the bad guy, and it was fine. It was okay. It wasn't that scary.
There's another Halloween as well, right?
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
like
that preview.
Halloween
Yeah,
ends finally.
I think Halloween jumped the shark after like the
It
first
really-
one.
They're still making money, obviously.
I guess so.
Just
Jamie Lee
She's
Curtis.
just eating Dan and yogurt the whole entire activity.
Dude, Jamie Lee Curtis had posted something on Twitter like getting ready for the part, and someone replied like, "At this point, I think you're just like really
Yeah.
provoking Michael Myers."
I love Jamie Lee Curtis, but I swear I've said this before. John Bon Jovi looks like her more and more the older he gets. Look, I'm not joking. Look at it. It looks like they're related.
Is that bad for him or her?
Him.
Okay.
She's fantastic.
All
right. Not that he's not. Okay. Shout out to Top Ramen.
Hmm.
I had Top Ramen yesterday.
Good for you. I'm actually proud of that.
And I was like, you know what? As I'm stirring, and what I do if I have the time is I make the top ramen, chicken or beef flavor, and I scramble an egg and I drip it in there and stir it while it's boiling. It makes like a little egg drop. That's a little protein, and then I put like a ton of black pepper in there, and that's my pour in a bowl. And I've got like a gourmet top ramen.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what?
Do you
ramen,
keep the liquid, by the way? Because some people don't.
keep the liquid?
Like the soup.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
I think I didn't Tom Maley just post something about like having top ramen? And I saw just the noodles. I mean, oh, he drained the liquid. It looked like it to me.
Tom Maley is the guy that probably eats top ramen dry.
It's not
Dude,
bad. The crumbs at the end of the bag.
Then that means he probably pours the milk in before the cereal.
Okay.
Those are cereal.
So you've never done that?
I've never done that. I love I love the broth.
Yeah,
I love
do
it.
too.
It's my favorite part.
I
I've
just
seen
don't
people do
understand
that.
why you wouldn't.
No, I don't either. But I know this. I know I was very limited. Like when I came home from school and my parents were at work, it was always very limited what I was allowed to have for snack. And top ramen was always on the list. So was peanut butter and jelly
Always
sandwiches.
there for us, wasn't it?
Always there. And I'm pouring it. I'm making it, and I'm sitting there at the stove. I'm like, you know what? I've been making you top ramen since I was like 10.
Yeah.
And you're still here.
Yeah, you're here for me.
You're here for
And
me
you haven't really gone up that much in price.
at all.
Yeah.
If any, you can still get like 20 for $1.
Yes.
And you don't ask for anything in return.
Right.
You just, and I'm not talking about cup of noodles. That's fine. I'm not talking, I'm talking about the square. Do you break your noodles up at all?
No.
I do.
You do?
I break them in half.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
'cause
like
they're easier.
Really, bro? I do that for Isaiah.
The serping them up, like just so hopefully you get like the one that's as long,
You
the
put an ice
longest
cube in
noodle of
ever?
all time.
So you
What?
can- do you ever put an ice cube in? Sometimes I put an ice cube in and I'll stir it because it's too hot, and then I can just pound it. What? Is that weird?
An ice cube?
One ice cube.
Again, I do that for Isaiah.
Hey, Pat.
To
One ice
cool
cube.
Isaiah's soup down, I put an ice cube in. And I cut noodles up for him.
Real quick.
You have the eating habits of a 6-year-old is what I'm trying to say.
You're a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're just doing a quick shout out to Top Ramen. Do you ever eat Top Ramen?
Wait. Whoa.
Shut the front. You've never had it?
No. I know Tom just had it last weekend.
If we brought in some Top Ramen, would you try it? Probably. Okay.
It's just
That's
noodles.
That's
interesting.
How is that?
Never college, never like just early radio days.
In college, I was on a meal plan. Right? They didn't have top ramen.
But did they not have? Was it? Did they not have top ramen in Ohio? Or
Got top ramen everywhere.
It just missed you?
It's just like, that's why.
You're like the one person, I think, ever.
No.
Top ramen is a staple of American society.
Well, good for you.
Good for him. What about peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Excuse me, but chicken, fish.
I get it.
Steak, burgers.
I'm not saying it's a substitute.
Or top ramen.
Top
what
ramen.
are you going to choose?
All right. Well, then that all went out the window because we were going to ask you a specific top ramen.
Go ahead, ask me.
Do you ever put an ice cube in it? Technically, no, I guess.
Would I probably not? That seems
to cool it down. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Do you?
When I want to pound it down and not burn my tongue, yes.
Point proven.
Thank you. All right. Well, if you ever get tired of your sports, KNCI 105.1. Pat, Tom, and Cody.
We're gonna be down here
just playing music. Station of the year, right there.
That was a stunner.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Question coming.
Question
from the audience.
If the Kings win Friday night, right? So that's undefeated preseason.
Yeah.
Parade.
They were 4-0 last year.
Oh,
that didn't work out too well. So
right.
I'll have
for everybody.
Right. We'll have a top ramen parade. I'll parade in my living room.
You guys have a good day.
Hey, you two have a great show.
Yep.
Oh, not us though.
Bottom ramen for him.
I was also going to say, I didn't even have time. Shout out Shake and Bake. Had that last night.
It's Shake and Bake, and I helped.
I had Shake and Bake pork chops, and God, it's good.
In the same day as top ramen?
A lot of sodium, dude. We'll take a break. A lot of sodium. It was Sodium Wednesday.
Yes.
When we come back, hey, the Kings win ugly, UGLY, but they have an alibi, perhaps. We'll talk about that. The baseball playoffs march on, technically October on, and week 6 of the NFL. Yeah, that's right. Week 6 of the NFL. We've also got Sam Amick for you at 8 o'clock. It's a Big Fat Harry show, and it starts in 1 minute.
Kings insiders Frankie Cardoselli and Chris Watkins give you all things Kings on the return of the Roar podcast.
With these two sitting next to me now, certainly feel comforted.
You can sign up for free at SactownSports.com.
It all started with a group of cowboys who broke from the mold and wanted more. 30 years later, the ride continues, and the professional bull riders have never been more rank. Join the top bull riders in the world and celebrate 30 years with 3 huge nights this February 3rd through 5th at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.com or the Golden One Center box office. Don't be a... Get your tickets now and join the PBR live at the Golden One Center this February 3rd through 5th.
Yeah, we're a sports family. 2-a-day practices with muddy gear, driving in all kinds of weather to get to away games, and of course, the gravel parking lots. Oh, and did we mention kids? So you can imagine what our car looks like, except it doesn't. We're big fans of defying expectations. So we go to Quick Quack and shine like all our kids' trophies. Go for the win yourself and head to Quick Quack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
Let's do it.
It's time for Leading Off.
Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number 1.
Feeds Biombo in the paint. Ball is knocked loose by Manecki. It is grabbed by Mimi Keita. He in turn drops it off his hip, and Quinn Cook takes it into the front court. Little star step, pulls up at the left elbow. 17-footer, a 3-bouncer. Falls in. It's 98-94. Sacramento inside 5 minutes to go.
Lovely voice of Gary Gerald. Good to have him back.
Game of the Year nominee. It's a nominee.
Next week on the show is Kings Preview Week. We will have a cast of characters parading through here all week long, all around the organization, announcers, this, that, whatever. We'll have people on to just kind of talk about what they expect from the season, what they're looking for. G-Man will be one of those, and looking forward to talking to him. And I just thought of that right now, but I think we should do it, and we will do it next week. Jay, your thoughts?
Hey, if you want G-Man on the radio, 916-339-1140, he'll G-Man it up for you. G-Man on the 1s and 2s.
In our meeting yesterday, we were having a conversation. One of the conversations was about how to retain listenership.
Yeah.
And strategies for that.
That's not one of them.
I think Jay was on his phone.
Oh, was Jay there?
I think he was. He was kind of, wow. You didn't even notice? He was the guy with the bald and the beard.
Oh, no, that Jay. I thought DJ.
No, Jamar's.
Oh.
The bald and the beard.
The as you notice, we're having trouble staying focused on the Kings results because, golly, it was just.
Did you watch all of it?
No.
Okay.
I did. I tried. I was going back and forth between that and the playoff games.
So you missed the play where they did the thing and the stuff. And
I did.
Things.
So here's, but this is not what we're supposed to do. This is Sports Talk Radio. So, Phoenix sat their entire team, basically. Every starter sat. Meanwhile, I see Sabonis, Barnes, Fox, Herter. The Kings started 80% of their starters.
Is KZ Okpala, Keegan Murray, and Rashawn Holmes, are they really the real MVPs?
Are they the real MVPs? Yeah. Number one. Is this finally where we saw a chink in the armor with the Kings in their preseason? And honestly, is this continuing a trend that we've seen for years with this club, with the club before them, which is you play down to your opponent? They escaped yesterday with a 1-point win, but ultimately they should have beaten this team by 30. It was like the Suns Summer League team.
Yes and yes.
Yeah, so basically will the real Sacramento Kings will the real Sacramento Kings stand up is what I'm saying. Because here we go again.
They won. Yay.
I say we start tanking right now. Victor Wembanyama, here we come. No,
I think this, though, by the way. The Suns lost to the 36ers in the preseason. So they might be the best team to.
Ooh.
I mean, they're less than the 76ers. They're the 36ers.
I think the Suns would be, if they added Victor Wembanyama, I would quit.
Yeah.
Everything. I would quit life. I would just quit everything in the world. Quit being a dad. It's over. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
3-2 to Will Smith. Here it is, and a swing and a fly ball to right field straight away. Soto had him played perfectly, backs up a couple of steps, and he makes the catch. This ball game is over. An absolute classic between the Padres and the Dodgers in Game 2 of the division series. It is won by San Diego 5-3, and this thing is tied 1-1, heading home to Petco Park.
It was classic. Easily the best game of the postseason so far. I agree. It was a classic. You're talking about two fantastic teams. The Padres showing a ton of resiliency in this situation. Down 1-0. They put one up in the top of the first. Dodgers matched them. Dodgers actually took the lead 2-1 in the second. And you know what? The Rocky music played. I think something finally clicked with the Padres. And really, honestly, the model of a playoff team.
We've got a series.
We've got a series. You know what? I hate Clayton Kershaw. Let me tell you why. Because I'm watching the game last night, and I just want the Padres, especially in LA, just to poop all over the Dodgers and that stadium. And I just want there to be all kinds of poop on the stadium. Basically, a lot of poop.
Goose
right?
poop.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Yes, goose poop. I'm rooting for the Padres because I hate the Dodgers. Also, the Padres, hello, my adopted second team this year. Remember that? I hate Clayton Kershaw because he's on the mound. They were up 2-1. And I'm like, I found myself going,
come on, Clayton.
Yep.
As he's one-hopping pitches to the plate.
I found myself with that people are swinging at.
Yeah, that was so bad.
I found myself like in a moment, like you drift off and daydream. Like I found myself just watching him pitch and being like, God, I love Clayton Kershaw.
I think it was the top ramen and shake and bake. What happened to you?
All the sodium. I hate Clayton Kershaw because he's the one Dodger. That and for some reason, Bruce Stargrouter, that I actually enjoy watching play.
You don't like watching Mookie Betts play? He's one of the most exciting players in baseball.
No, he's a sellout.
Freddie Freeman, good guy. I can see why you don't like Max Muncy.
Max Muncy's terrible.
He's a sellout.
Justin, what's his face?
Turner?
Yeah, with his dumb beard.
Trey. What about Trey? What about brother Trey?
Trey Turner?
Yeah.
The worst.
Wow.
Gathered around a bunch of baseball players for hire.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah, especially after the Oscars. Yeah. Like, come on. But Clayton Kershaw is just up there fighting through injuries.
Clay Thompson's brother.
It's stupid.
Trace.
There's Clayton just toiling away.
Dave's biggest. You're his biggest fan.
Honestly, Clayton Kershaw has entered. I'll tell you, Clayton Kershaw has entered the Kobe Bryant Memorial. I'm not taking him for granted because I know he's at the end of his career. Even though I've spent years hating him, now I have to respect him because he has had an amazing career. And Kobe did that for me more than anything.
So 2 seasons from now, Clayton's, not the same pitcher, still
2
decent.
seasons from now, Clayton's in Cabo.
Texas.
He's not playing.
Cabo, Texas.
He's got one more year with the Giants at least.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
He signed with the Giants. Are you buying a Kershaw Giants jersey?
And then you hate him. You're like, he's washed.
Or are you buying his jersey like, yo, San Francisco Giant Clayton Kershaw, Hall of Famer?
That's actually an interesting question. I think if Clayton Kershaw came to San Francisco as a Giant, I think I would buy a Kershaw jersey because A, I do like him, and B, what a troll job to the Dodgers. Like someone's got a Jerry Rice Broncos jersey somewhere.
Wait a minute. I'm confusing myself here, but are they the same numbers? Will Clark, is he 22?
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
He
I'm
can't
almost
be a
positive.
Giant.
Well,
what if Will Clark allowed him to wear it?
Nope.
You'd already have the jersey.
There's nobody that should be allowed. I just tape Clayton Kershaw over the back. Number 3, please.
Wow.
I know.
Cut number 3.
Why do you think the teams in the division are farther ahead at this point?
Quarterback.
I mean, with quarterback, like the Cowboys, for instance, they don't have Dak Prescott this season and still have been able to win.
They started with
him,
Dak, and they build around Dak. The offense is built around Dak. Their backup's a guy that is very solid inside of what they do. And the truth is that this is a quarterback-driven league. And if you look at the teams that have been able to sustain success, they've been able to build it around a specific quarterback.
Let me follow this up because that's what's leading into tonight.
I was fortunate enough that our media relations director contacted him, let him know, and I actually talked to Carson this morning. In fact, I talked to the whole team just so everybody understood that I had a mea culpa moment and that I should know better. And I created a little bit of a distraction, and that's the one thing we try not to do.
All right, Ron owned up to it, but a little friction there at the quarterback thing. You know what? What's wrong with that?
I took that as Ron Rivera wishing Cooper Rush was his quarterback.
I think so. And I think we should also acknowledge, too, that, listen, I'm not one of those, like, we're back in the day. But you know what? Carson Wentz is paid $100 billion a year, approx.
Yeah.
Like, what is exactly wrong with a coach being like, yeah, quarterback's just not holding up. There's a lot of things wrong, but a quarterback stinks right now. It sucks.
I don't think there is, but obviously there must be if he had to come back and say it's a mea culpa.
That's the thing.
Someone somewhere ruffled some feather.
It's okay, Carson. You're okay.
That would be weird.
Are we?
Is he petting?
Why am I petting Carson Wentz? I don't know.
Because that's how he has to be handled, number one, it seems like. And
North
number
Dakota
2,
State quarterback.
have we finally realized there's a trend with Carson Wentz here the last 3 seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All right, we'll take a break. No, we'll take a break. Anyways, we've got that game for you right here. Commanders, Bears. It's a pick. Roar. It's a pick 'em at Soldier Field.
That makes it fun.
Yeah, this time
Even
it's for
game.
real. Yeah, we've got that right here on Sactown Sports. When we come back, what are we going to do? Oh, how about this? Ahead of week 6. Let's delve into some quarterback situations
like
around
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, injuries, all that. Carson Wentz. We'll clean all that up right after this.
You want more Kings coverage?
You got it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday basketball game and whatnot.
Give me more.
Join Nick Cattles following the Kings and Lakers on Friday, October 14th for the very first edition of the Sactown Sports Kings Recap.
Live on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
The only place giving you live Kings coverage directly after every game.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Sacramento County Voter Registration and Elections.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Thursday forecast starts out a bit cooler with a few clouds around, but by the afternoon, those clouds will fade out. We'll have plenty of sunshine ahead with temperatures in the mid-80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The next election is November 8th. Vote centers open October 29th. Vote early and vote by mail. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019. Things are heating up at West Coast Audio of Galt for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. It's their one-year anniversary sale. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and open till midnight on Saturday and save up to 70%. Kicker or Fosgate subwoofers are buy one, get one free starting at $99. Kenwood double-din in-dash touchscreen DVD players with Bluetooth are just $199 while supplies last. West Coast Audio of Galt will window tint your entire car or truck for only $99. Front door included. Most cars. 200-watt high power with Bluetooth MP3 players are just $39. Remote start alarm with two-way paging starting at $149 with lifetime warranty. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. Get incredible savings. Up to 70%. Financing available up to 36 months. Your job is your credit. West Coast Car Audio of Galt is located off Highway 99 and Twin Cities Road, right behind Arco AM/DM, next to Jiffy Lube.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. The primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Traveling, volunteering, spending time with family. What's your retirement look like? With income planning from Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor can help you grow and protect your wealth. They'll look at your full financial picture and help you create a flexible strategy that considers things like market conditions and healthcare expenses, so you can stop worrying about the future and enjoy whatever comes next. Visit fidelity.com/income planning. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE SIPC.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and listen, even though it may not feel like it sometimes, fall is officially here. The weather may be a little bit uncomfortable, too warm for me. 1 minute it's cool and raining. I love that. But the next day it's hot and sunny. What can make you comfortable inside, though, is knowing your AC and furnace will be working properly and efficiently for whatever temperature it is outside. Take advantage of American Energy's $49 AC or furnace 30-point tune-up today. Make sure you and your family are ready for the changing weather. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Ryan Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Hall of Famer Tony Baselli and I are in Chicago to kick off Week 6 with Justin Fields and the Bears hosting Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. Join us on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. It's primetime action from Soldier Field coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99. Try Syntec today, exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video tonight. 2 NFC teams known for their hard-hitting defenses collide when the Commanders and the Bears clash in the Windy City. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars. Live from Chicago. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Commanders and the Bears, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/WatchTNF for details.
Celebrate the start of the fall season with the official tire of Major League Baseball. Hankook Tire is offering up to $100 off on 4 of its most popular lines now through November 6th with its Grand Slam rebate. Get up to a $100 rebate on a select set of 4 passenger or light truck tires. Ask about Hankook's wide selection of trailer tires. See dealer for details. Radial Tire Service in Sacramento is your one-stop tire shop, providing their customers with excellent service for an affordable price. Don't wait. Come in and hit a Grand Slam with your tire game with a premium Hankook Tire Grand Slam rebate. Hankook, driving emotion.
Next Tuesday, it's golf and guitars at Hagen Oaks with Ryan Hurd.
I love chasing after you.
Love and Fest.
There's a little bit of devil in an angel eyes.
Jackson D.
If I don't come back, don't don't come a-looking.
Connor Smith, Restless Road, Jason Michael Carroll, Jordan Fletcher, and more. Grab your tickets for only $35 at golfandguitars.com. It's Golf and Guitars next Tuesday at Hagen Oaks.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It wasn't the prettiest basketball ever played, but the Sacramento Kings traveled to Phoenix and got a 1-point win, 105-104 over the Suns. De'Aaron Fox led the Kings in scoring with 15 points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past the diving stud. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud, 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
The only local sports show in the morning.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Week 6 in the NFL. Jason, week 6. After this weekend, we will be over a third of the way through the regular season.
It always happens every year, too, when we get to the playoffs. As exciting as that is the best football, I go, oh, there's less games. And we're getting closer to like, hey, there's just going to be one game, and that's the Super Bowl, the biggest one of them all. I want more of the games.
So here's the thing. So playoffs start what? A little early January,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. The first weekend of NFL playoffs, that is the first time I start feeling anxiety. That is the kickoff to anxiety season for me. First off, the holidays just finished, and I'm sad because I love the holidays. And I know that all I have to look for with every week, we get closer to the end of football, which leaves us with basketball, which usually sucks by that
torture.
The next thing you know, baseball. Weather's going to start getting warmer.
Yeah, it is.
Leon's getting larger, and we start having longer days.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
No, we've got time to enjoy this.
We got plenty of time. Tua Tagovailoa and Teddy Bridgewater are out in Miami. The Dolphins will start rookie Skylar Thompson.
I think Dave Richard will tell us this is a guy to pick up. No.
I don't think so, but if you're a quarterback coming in and you've got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill to throw to, that's neat.
Yeah.
Also, though, there has never been a male athlete named Skylar that has had any success in sports. He would be the first. Skylar, why am I forgetting her last name in the WNBA? Is it there's a Skylar in the WNBA who's amazing, and I don't know why I'm blanking on her last name.
Skylar Diggins?
Is it Skylar Diggins? I think you're absolutely right, because that's why I had my
and this isn't entirely related. It is maybe more so with Tua.
Yeah.
But as much as we gave we're frustrated with the calls this week as far as roughing the passers.
Yeah.
But Tua's out.
Tua's out.
You mentioned Bridgewater's out. Mac Jones is out. Trey Lance is out.
Yeah.
It changes the game when these quarterbacks are out. So if you're playing, you want, like this weekend, we get Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. But what if that was the backups for each team? That game doesn't mean the same.
No.
It's nowhere near the same.
Not
So
at
I know
all.
everything is done to protect those guys. Rodgers' thumb injury and some of these other guys, Dak Prescott's injury, aren't because of roughing the passer. But we also need to remember that's why some of this stuff is in place.
Well, and Mike McDaniel, who had as good a start as you can to a new coaching career. But there's a little turmoil, and a lot of people miss this story in Miami right now with both Tagovailoa and Bridgewater out. That's not the only thing, because they're on a 2-game losing streak. So you had the team captains, which includes Tyreek Hill, Terron Armstead, Xavier Howard, Landon Roberts, and Javon Holland. They basically decided the Dolphins need to refocus on this game against the Vikings they have moved, or should I say, removed the ping pong table from the locker room. They have removed the centrally located table from the locker room. Coach McDaniel said he was, quote, I want to be clear here. I'm not making any of this up, including the quotes. He said he was, quote, pretty pumped about the decision, not necessarily because he thought the table should be removed, but because it was an example of his captains taking ownership of the team. Quote, that to me is leadership. That to me is leadership. To me, leadership is acting, not talking. There's a bunch of different examples from those guys. That's why they're captains. That's why I rely on them, because it's about solving problems, not complaining about them. They collectively, as a group of players, wanted more time investment during the week on their jobs for Sunday. So instead of just saying it, they did something about it.
I think one of the captains had a bad loss on the table.
I think that, that always cracks me up. That is a second cousin to Marvin Bagley would never get injured if he didn't cut rap albums.
Right.
The ping pong table, really?
Because honestly, let's paint the picture the other way. They're 5-0, let's say. Things are going well.
Yes.
There would probably be a quote coming out of there going, we actually attribute some of our, oddly enough, to the competitiveness that we have. We get away from football and the bonding we've had by playing ping pong.
Yes.
But yet now it's
the ping pong.
It's just funny.
Is somebody not running drills? Or are they not doing their cardio when the ping pong's happening?
Right. That's an issue. Or watching film. That's an issue.
I'm
but
sure.
I don't think any of that's happening.
Aaron Rodgers has a hurt thumb. The Packers are not concerned.
Yeah, he should be good.
That would change things for the Packers. And Dak Prescott is apparently better, but not ready. Not ready. So,
that's too bad. Though Cooper Rush has been great, but that was, again, the other marquee game this weekend, Cowboys and Eagles.
Here's the thing, though, man. You and I both laughed. We both laughed at this. What happens if they go into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles and Dak's ready to go in week 7 against the Lions? Now, here's the argument. You get the Lions and Bears. You're missing the Tigers there, but you have the Lions and Bears both at home in weeks 7 and 8. Seems like a perfect time to bring back Dak Prescott. He's not facing crazy defenses. And then you go into Green Bay. Early November, you might escape that weather, and you play Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you give Dak a couple of games to. But here's the problem. At that point, Cooper Rush would be 5-0, including wins over the defending AFC champion Bengals, NFC champion Rams, and then the Eagles in Philadelphia who are undefeated. So my question is this, I get it. I'm not trying to say, remember, I was a Cowboys guy. I was a Dak guy. How do you sit a guy who went 5-0 against both defending conference champions and the last undefeated? You can make an argument that if you go into week 7 and you say, I have 5 wins, I am 5-0 along with the team, and I have beaten both Super Bowl contestants, and I beat the last undefeated team in the sport. How do you sit him?
Again, comparisons, it's context. Last week, his stats weren't very good. Now, the defense was great. I think that's why they're there. But I don't know. I'll stretch this argument, Dave, to the 49ers. I mean, Jimmy G is one.
Yes.
We all watch every game and go, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. I think there's more to give at that position. I think Cooper Rush has done a nice job, and all credit to him. You're paying a boatload of money to Dak. He's proven to be your starter. He's won a lot too. It's more than a fair question because,
it sounds silly to ask.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. But it's about results too.
Yes.
So, it'll go right back to Dak. And I think it should, but it's fair to bring up. And then the oddity is, conceivably they could lose the first game with Dak, and talk radio there and other people should they have done this?
If they lose that first game to the Lions,
especially if they beat the Eagles with Cooper Rush,
and then go and lose, and that makes Cooper Rush 5-0 and Dak Prescott 0-2.
Yeah,
that's a problem. And Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, obviously Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady.
It happens.
People forget Drew Bledsoe. I saw the stat the other day. It was top 5 quickest to 20,000 yards or something like that.
Pro Bowler all the time. He's a stud.
He wasn't Jim Drunkenmiller, no offense. So anyways, we'll take a break here real quick. When we come back, Devonte Adams is in some trouble. In the meantime, before we get to the Devonte Adams trouble, let me talk to you about the trouble you might be having in the real estate world. Listen, my good friend Shelby and everybody over at RefinanceWithShelby.com can help guide you through the trials and tribulations of all your real estate stuff. Hey, listen, nobody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. We understand. I understand it. Shelby and Peter and everybody at United Wholesale Lending understand it far more than I. That rates are going up and people are getting a little nervous. Not to mention, this is, we're heading into the time of year. Jason and I were just talking about holidays and all that. We're heading into the time of year where generally the housing market slows down. Maybe you're somebody's trying to sell your house. You've been enjoying all this equity, and now you're kind of watching your home values. I look at Redfin too. You're going down and down. You need to deal with somebody who understands this market, somebody who knows the title companies, knows the appraisers, somebody who can get a leg up, get an edge, because that's personal relationships. And also, by the way, somebody who has a reputation to keep going. That's why we put a special emphasis here on supporting local business, because that's important, and also because they're going to steer you properly. Find out for yourself whether you can take cash out, refinance, or purchase a home at RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 01864354. I do not have Devonte Adams' calendar on his phone in front of me, but I can tell you this. He has plans between the Jaguars and Colts matchup on November 10th, and it ain't football. We'll get into that next.
You want more Kings coverage?
You got it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday basketball game and whatnot.
Give me more.
Join Nick Cattles following the Kings and Lakers on Friday, October 14th for the very first edition of the Sactown Sports Kings Recap.
Live on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
The only place giving you live Kings coverage directly after every game.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
Not only can you save up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, but you can save thousands more with 2.9% financing for 72 months. As the Fed keeps raising rates, these kinds of low interest rates will be harder to get. Plus, with gas prices soaring, now is the time to replace that old gas guzzler.
Wait, people are still doing that?
We're seeing it too, which is why we're doing what we can to help. Not only do we not have dealer markups, but when you go to HobletDodge.com, you see our true price. No surprise fees or last-minute add-ons. Plus, since we're California's #1 Ram dealer, we have the truck you need at the price that fits your budget.
Hoblet's been known for taking care of its customers for generations. See Hoblet's true pricing now by stopping by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive or check out their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$8,000 total net savings after $3,500 factory rebates and $4,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualified. Special 2.9% financing for 72 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. 15-16 per thousand borrowed. 10% net savings. Highway MVG estimates according to the U.S. EPA estimates. See dealer for details.
What did 9 out of 10 people who died from COVID have in common?
They were 50 or older.
And if you have a condition like heart disease or diabetes, your risk is even higher.
COVID vaccines lower the risk of death.
Get your updated vaccine now. It could save your life.
We can do this. Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Cut him off. Stay in front of him. Okay, take a break. Sacramento, Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking whatever happened to the off season. Seems there's never any downtime. Now, I'm not complaining, but it means that we've got to be at our best every day. No excuses allowed. That includes pain in the feet, legs, hips, and back. Fortunately, thanks to the Good Feet 3-step arch support system, you no longer need to be sidelined with foot-related pain. For over 25 years, Good Feet arch supports have been designed to comfortably put all 4 arches arches of the foot and whole body in its more ideal pain-free position. Good Feet makes over 300 styles, sizes, and flexibilities of arch supports. And to make sure you get just the right pair, a Good Feet arch support specialist will give you a free personalized fitting and test walk. Do your best every day with the pain-free comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet arch support. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto, online at goodfeet.com.
You know, they've been here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, this isn't the bed music I was looking for this, but if we get to Devonte Adams and what's going on there, Chris Guerrero is showing up in the YouTube chat. I want to do some cleanup here. You can go to Sactown Sports. Make sure you subscribe. Much like I'm going to shout out my guy Aaron from ACR Solar, who came out yesterday. They're taking care of me, shockingly. They're fantastic. And he and I were talking. He's a big fan of the station, and I know this because he says, yeah, man, I subscribe. He goes, when I can. I'm driving around and listen to you guys, but sometimes if I miss something on the show, I'll put it on my TV when I get home on YouTube and all that. And I know that, Jason, you get this. Like, I listen every day. And you're thinking, no, you probably don't. But he was like, oh, yeah, he was referencing stuff from
that's great.
We did. So shout out to Aaron, everybody out at ACR Solar. And want to remind you, since we are a full service station, by the way, with Kings season coming up, next game, preseason, by the way, the preseason finale against the Lakers, the Sactown Sports Kings recap show debuts. Now, all year long, myself, Nick, Rami, Chris Watkins will all be interacting with you live and direct right after every single Kings game. We'll be doing that on YouTube. I think we'll be doing that on Twitter as well for you, just to kind of check in, do your thing. Make sure you check that out. Nick will be doing the debut this Friday, right after the game. It's Chris Guerrero. That's why I wanted the bed checking in. And I wanted to just read, just out of context. This is Chris Guerrero checked in on our YouTube chat. Good morning, my favorite sports people. Diabetes. What do you guys feed that J in the box? And finally, do you guys throw a whole chicken in there and run? That's the whole thing.
It's the diabetes comment that threw me.
Right, just out of the blue. Chris, lay off the weed.
Put the marijuana cigarettes away.
Golly. All right, I said Devonte Adams.
Oh, this isn't the bed you wanted?
No, it's no.
I'm here for it.
It's today's day and age that's fantastic. And I also feel like we're going to get a letter. That's not fun. You should not make fun of it.
Fine.
We're not making fun of it. We're just, it's the people's court.
Yeah.
Except in this case, it's the Cordy's court because he's going to real court. Assault, November 10th. He's got to appear in court in Kansas City. I said it was a misdemeanor. I expect it'll be a fine. I expect maybe community service. And that community service can more than likely be Devonte Adams goes to a school and reads the thing about the cat. Like, I don't know, whatever. I always look at situations like this, though, and I go, you know what? Devonte Adams doesn't have a time machine. He can't change it. And I don't know if this other guy is like, I've got a broken neck, 30 million. Like, okay. But what I fantasize about happening, that's the right word, is like Devonte calls him privately. It's just like, dude, listen, I screwed up. I'm so sorry. Like, how can I make this right? And the guy's reasonable. Maybe the guy's like, I don't know, throw me 50 gur. And,
it's a little bit easier or more difficult, I should say, if you're calling me on the phone trying to make right. And then, what can, just you calling, instead of go 20 million, over the phone or two. But I will say this, your point on the time machine, I wish Devonte Adams had done that because I think his post game was a sorry. Mm-hmm. But I hope the guy sees this. It's like, wait, we're in a day and age. You can get that information. You could find him. You could do that quickly out of the public. And this, honestly, I think could have been done and finished and not talked about.
I tend to agree with you.
I think that's where his misstep was, besides the obvious of not pushing the guy.
I understand where people are going, that the guy, filing the report, the non-life-threatening injuries, which, by the way, was not his terminology. I understand where people are going. He's being opportunistic. And 90% of me doesn't like that. 10% of me is like, oh, okay, dude, a great opportunity for the guy. Devonte shouldn't have pushed him. Like, I'm not split, but I get both sides. But I wish they could just handle it, make up, or whatever. And then but then beyond that, like, how great would it be? I have the solution. I'm Roger Goodell. I go to this guy and I think, what are you planning on doing? Maybe the guy says, I'm going to sue him for $1 million. He goes, okay. What if I did this? I'm going to put you in front of you. Pick 4 attorneys. I'll pick 4 attorneys. I'll pay for all of them. They're going to tell you what they think you're going to get. And it's probably going to be, let's say it's $50,000. You get $50,000 for your pain and suffering. Why don't we do this? We're going to pay you $50,000. And we want to do a series of NFL Cares commercials about conflict management and resolution and nonviolent. Hi, I'm Devonte Adams of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm Billy Smith, the cameraman. Hey, it was after a game. I had a hot head. I'm coming off. And I walked right in front of Devonte. I didn't see him. And next thing I know, whoop, yeah, I pushed him. I got to be honest, it embarrassed me. It embarrassed my parents, my family. But you know what? Billy and I talked afterwards. I can't go back and replace what happened. I can't change it. But what I can do is help work with people on how to solve things. And there's a whole commercial there laid out. There's a great moment. Pay the guy for being in the commercials. And you know what? If they paid him $50,000, the NFL and Devonte Adams are going to make 10 times that back in PR. But that won't happen.
Has the plaintiff listed what they want?
No. Okay. No. I if they have, I haven't heard about it. No, I don't even think it's gotten there yet. But it's going to be something. It's going to be something. And it's like, okay, let's figure out what's the average of what people are saying you can get. And let's just drop the charges. Yep. Let's do this the right way.
I always feel like the number attached to any of these things for, quote, pain and suffering can be comical.
I completely agree with you more. Although there was an example yesterday, I won't get into it, where I thought that the massive award for pain and suffering and everything else which was insanely huge, was actually too low, but it worked out okay.
Oh, yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then, whatever. So Devonte Adams in court in Kansas City, November 10th, and we'll follow that. But again, he's not going to jail. It's not
right.
And the NFL now has to decide what they're going to do, because also that's on national TV, and that perpetuates that damages the shield just a little bit. Usually when the shield gets damaged, the NFL steps in, and we will see if there's going to be any punishment there. The Padres punished the Dodgers yesterday. Is this the most rivalrous series going in this round? Totally not a word. We'll find out next.
Join Sactown Sports and the Sacramento Kings Sunday, October 16th, starting at 3 p.m. for Fan Fest. Festivities include a skills challenge, a 3-on-3 National Cup tournament,
and so much more.
Log on to SactownSports.com for more details.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
My daughter is in middle school, which means my car has to put up with, well, girls opening the door when their nail polish isn't quite dry, or soccer kids kicking the door shut with muddy cleats, or when their school crush shakes up a soda and opens it right in front of my bumper. So you can expect my car to look a mess, but I defy expectations. Thanks to Quick Whack, I don't have to look like middle schoolers are running this show, even though they kind of are. Head to Quick Whack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
It all started with a group of cowboys who broke from the mold and wanted more. 30 years later, the ride continues, and the professional bull riders have never been more rank. Join the top bull riders in the world and celebrate 30 years with 3 huge nights this February 3rd through 5th at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.com or the Golden One Center box office. Don't be a Get your tickets now and join the PBR live at the Golden One Center this February 3rd through 5th.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave, and listen, even though it may not feel like it sometimes, fall is officially here. The weather may be a little bit uncomfortable, too warm for me. 1 minute it's cool and raining. I love that. But the next day it's hot and sunny. What can make you comfortable inside, though, is knowing your AC and furnace will be working properly and efficiently for whatever temperature it is outside. Take advantage of American Energy's $49 AC or furnace 30-point tune-up today. Make sure you and your family are ready for the changing weather. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One with a preview of NFL Primetime on Thursday Night Football from Chicago, when Justin Fields and the Bears host Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. Both are coming off a loss last week and need a win to get their season turned around. Ian Eagle and Hall of Famer Tony Baselli will have the call from Soldier Field. Join us on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video tonight. Two NFC teams known for their hard-hitting defenses collide when the Commanders and the Bears clash in the Windy City. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars. Live from Chicago. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Commanders and the Bears, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/WatchTNF for details.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at last year's Elk Grove Dodge. I know Halloween's coming up, Vince. Must be why you're wearing the Count Dracula costume.
Count Dracula?
You know, the tuxedo and bow tie, the black cape.
I think you mean Count Ramula, because during Ram Power Days, I'm taking a bite out of prices on Ram 1500 Bighorns.
A big bite?
A $9,000 bite.
You mean $9,000 off Ram 1500 Bighorns?
And that's not all. Right now at Elk Grove Dodge, save $9,000 off MSRP on 24 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Plus, get 0% APR financing for 48 months.
Can you say that with the Count Ramula voice?
Look, it's enough that you got me in this costume.
Now through Halloween, save $9,000 off 24 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Plus, get 0% financing. Only at Lashers Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Includes $3,500 in California and Chrysler Capital bonus and retail bonus cash on approved credit. 0% APR for 48 months is $20.83 per $1,000 borrowed. Sampled in $39.57.96. Ends 10/31/22.
Things are heating up at West Coast Audio of Golf for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. It's their one-year anniversary sale. Get to West Coast Audio of Golf this Thursday, Friday, and open till midnight on Saturday and save up to 70%. Kicker or Fosgate subwoofers are buy one, get one free starting at $99. Kenwood double dim in-dash touchscreen DVD players with Bluetooth are just $199 while supplies last. West Coast Audio of Golf will window tint your entire car or truck for only $99. Front door included. Most cars. 200-watt high power with Bluetooth MP3 players are just $39. Remote start alarm with two-way paging starting at $149 with lifetime warranty. Get to West Coast Audio of Golf this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. Get incredible savings. Up to 70%. Financing available up to 36 months. Your job is your credit. West Coast Car Audio of Golf is located off Highway 99 and Twin Cities Road, right behind Arco AM/PM, next to Jiffy Lube.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It wasn't the prettiest basketball ever played, but the Sacramento Kings traveled to Phoenix and got a 1-point win, 105-104 over the Suns. De'Aaron Fox led the Kings in scoring with 15 points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past the diving stud. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud, 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome into the chat. Watch us on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel. Earl Campeo. Oh, yeah, there's a Campeo. I don't know. Long-time listener. Love him. Earl knows. Great game last night. But I think he was being serious.
Maybe he was talking about the baseball game.
Yeah. No, he goes, great game last night. I instantly questioned Brown using Cook and company to close out a close game, but it was the right decision.
Okay.
This is why I can't stand Earl.
Oh, come on. Don't say that.
Everybody knows it should have been Dellavedova and company, but here he is with these Quinn Cook hot takes.
I thought
drive me nuts.
Earl is a long-time loyal listener. Therefore, I automatically love him. Same thing with Campio, even though he has joined the club of people that feel the need to put an apostrophe in Devonte Adams' last name. There's a lot of them. It's not Devonte Adams. He's not possessing anything. It's Devonte Adams. No apostrophe.
He's certainly not possessing the football enough.
No, he certainly is not possessing the football enough. My goodness. Hey, by the way, nobody could possess a duck last night. Certainly the highlight of these baseball playoffs.
Ducks are very aggressive. I don't know if you know that. I don't. They're very aggressive. And we're going to keep on playing. It's a 1-1. If the Dodgers come back and win this, they're going to have the rally duck, rally foul. The crowd was going crazy when they showed it on the big screen. Look at that. That is not a small mallard either.
There's a joke around Dodgers Twitter that was actually Craig Kimbrell.
The duck?
Yeah. Because the way he was sitting was like this.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, the way Kimbrell said, Kimbrell was left off the NLDS roster. Not a good season for
not a great
Craig Kimbrell.
season. Makes you wonder, though, Chavez Latrine, how does that even happen?
There's no Ducks in LA?
No, but I'm saying get on the field. It's not like, it flew in there.
Well, Craig Kimbrell does have access to the clubhouse.
Honestly.
Ticket?
Did it have a ticket?
Yeah.
Or was it a quack of security?
I think that was a moment, though, that really needed Kevin Harlan.
Kevin Harlan should call all of those 100% of the time. I wish Kevin Harlan was calling Manny Machado last night.
Here's the pitch from Kershaw. Manny hammers it in the air down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is a home run for Manny Machado.
Well, he's paying off. Manny Machado. That was a fine sighting. He was all over the place. He tied the game up.
Now on 2-1, a curveball hit hard and down the left field line. That's a fair ball and a base hit. Kim is rounding third. He's on his way. Soto into third and standing at second with an RBI double, Manny Machado. This is a 2-2 game.
2-2 game. We call that a ballet. 5-3 was the final. Padres end up winning. And the classless Dave Roberts blamed Clayton Kershaw.
I just felt that he wasn't sharp. I thought it was a grind all night for him. Missing just a little bit with the fastball, the slider. Couldn't have a feel for it till probably that fourth, fifth inning. And there were some other decent ones before that.
Someone's pounding the keyboard.
Lay off the keyboard,
Was
Johnny.
he in the bathroom?
My goodness gracious. Yeah, exactly. Why was he? Were they just interviewing him on the toilet?
Yeah.
We could do
While
better.
someone else was typing.
There's better audio of the typewriter.
Yeah. Here's the one thing I'm wondering now that we know these teams don't like each other. I think it's fun that this series at least is 1-1. If you're the Dodgers, in theory, you could have played your last home game if everything goes wrong. Now,
right.
But with that said, this is the first year of this new format.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that played that way, even if the Padres won in 4 or 5, would baseball then look to talk about reseeding? Because if you reseeded, the Dodgers would be playing the Phillies.
That's true. I hope so. They should
need
reseed.
to protect your one seed. I'm not saying, hey, but why wouldn't you reseed?
It's just because baseball is stupid. And why do it in one step when you can do it in 7? There's no logical reason not to reseed.
Yeah.
Imagine being the one that's making the argument against reseeding.
Yeah. Football reseeds.
Yes.
NBA does not, though.
The NBA should, I think. It's not like somebody sitting there going, if you reseed, it's going to take away from the thing. No, you reseed. Like you said. Especially when it's a 162-game season.
Yeah.
Protect your 1 seed. Braves shut out the Phillies 3-0. That series tied up at 1. Usually, we'll give you some awesome home runs and this and that. Why don't we give you some defense?
Popped up, shallow left, Dansby out, Eddie in, and Dansby dives and makes a tremendous catch over the shoulder. Spectacular play by Dansby. How in the world did he do that?
Well, somewhere on the field, Austin Riley was watching that. He goes, anything you can do, I can do better.
Popped up down the left field line towards foul territory. Riley back against the tarp. Holy smokes! Wow! What a catch! Austin Riley with a catch of his life.
Very cool.
More exciting in baseball. Awesome offensive play, awesome defensive play in a vacuum.
On defense.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I do. I'm trying to think in a vacuum. Obviously, you're down 3, grand slam bottom. I get it. But I'm saying 500-foot home run versus Ken Griffey Jr. climbing the wall.
Yeah, I mean, if we play that in the same scenario, Yordan Alvarez the other day hits the walk-off homer.
Yes.
Let's say the same. Well, it's in Houston, so it's a little bit different. But if it was the top of the 9th and Houston looks like they're giving up the game-winning home run, or the game-leading, game-changing, and someone goes and robs it over the fence, that would be a fantastic finish.
100%.
Yeah.
No, and sometimes I find myself watching baseball, and I'll see heater to short, dives to his left, throws the guy out, snaps to his feet, throws the guy out at first. Beautiful throw. And I appreciate it. But then sometimes I find myself stopping myself and going, we take a lot of that for granted.
Yeah.
How ridiculous it is for some of these infield, even little things I tend to notice, and I'm sure you do too. Like Matt Olson's playing first, great play, throws it over. It's a 91-mile-an-hour seed from third base,
right,
and it's a short hop, and he just grabs it, and there's
nothing.
the out with a man on third.
Yeah.
In a 1-run game.
There's plays like that every game. There was a bunch of plays in the Padres game, Dodgers game last night. Betts looks like he has the base stolen.
Yeah.
Catcher throws it right on the body near the bag and just tag, boom. And a Bellinger's catch late in the game where he's turning around to make it. I mean, just there's some great plays.
Speaking of Mookie Betts too, I think it was Mookie. I get nervous when players have necklaces on when they're
running. His chain, he's got a big old chain.
Obviously odds are it would snap, but I just get nervous somebody they cut themselves or whatever. And I know it's annoying to take necklaces on and off, but I just keep thinking of what could it get wrapped around? Could it injure someone? Could it injure yourself? I don't know. I just see the necklaces flying around sometimes. It makes me very, very nervous. Brian Snicker, the manager of the Braves, was very appreciative of the defense.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had 2 of them. We had Dansby's catch, which was unbelievable, and Austin's, too, on the tarp. I said they could be showing both of those for the next year. They're just unbelievable plays.
And hopping back to other managers, former A's manager, former Giants backup catcher to Bob Brenly, Bob Melvin is asked, to your point, about going back to San Diego.
Going back to San Diego with fans in the stands for the postseason, and give us a sense of what that may be like for your team and just emotionally overall.
Yeah, they've been waiting for this for a while, and they've supported us all year. It seems like every game we get between 35 and 40,000 people there. The drama that took place during the regular season. I think we had 10, 12 walk-offs or something like that they were a big part of. You know, they incentivize us. We feel like they're part of us. So to be able to reward them, get home, and have some playoff games for them, it feels really nice.
Is San Diego West Coast Atlanta when it comes to sports towns? A lot of people love it there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, San Diego's got gorgeous weather. But is San Diego a bad sports town? Like, they lost the Clippers.
Right.
Lost the Chargers. Mm-hmm. Padres are notorious losers, or at least not competitors. I've always kind of wondered. I don't know how to quantify it, but I feel like San Diego is not a great sports town.
There's not a lot of history there to back it up as far as winning.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't listen. I'm sure there's diehard Padre fans out there. Like, hey, but I'm saying overall, and then a lot of that's probably
a great park.
Right. It's a wonderful park.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone who's a good person is rooting for the Padres in this series. They are tied up at 1, and now the Padres, Jason, they beat Kershaw at Chavez Ravine, and they've got 2 wins against the 101-win Mets. They've now won half the games so far against the 111-win Dodgers. I don't know what the record is, and I imagine they would set it because of the extra rounds. That's if the Padres end up going to the World Series, they've got to be either close to or have the record for most wins by opponents on the road to the World Series.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I think it's weird when you look at the Padres as an 89-win team, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
It felt like there's more that they had to offer than that, especially when you had Soto when they did, though they didn't play that well overall record-wise once they added him. So, I mean, they added Hader, who got the 4-out save. There's a lot of talent on that team, and they're also doing this without Tatis.
That's what I was just going to say. They're doing this without Tatis.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell, was this just, hey, baseball teams lose, Dodgers didn't win every game, or do we really have a series? And I think if the Padres get a second win, obviously, they have a much better chance of winning, but we either have them moving on or we get a game 5 and a deciding game in a series that I know the Padres feel there's a rivalry. Dodgers have owned them.
Yeah.
But Padres will get their attention, certainly if they get that second win and do it maybe even in game 3. That'll be some nerve time for the Dodgers, who are one of the greatest teams we've ever seen.
Yes.
But might be out if it doesn't go well.
Big Bears and Commanders. That's a huge game tonight. That's part of our 3 for Madness. Also, I want to answer a question when we get back just real quick. It's a good question on the text line because we were talking about protecting 1 seeds. We were talking about how baseball should reseed. The NBA should reseed in the playoffs. It's a great question from the 916. If you think all sports should reseed, do you think March Madness
there's a difference there
should reseed? Yeah, I think that's interesting, but I also agree with you. There is a little bit of a difference there too. And there's also a difference when it comes to my friends at Hoblet. Difference in price, difference in service, difference in, everything, especially selection, because it's Ram Power Days. Oh, my goodness. I get so excited. I get so excited for Ram Power Days. It only comes once a year because they have amazing savings. $8,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew cabs. You can save thousands more with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Listen, the Fed keeps raising rates. These kind of low interest rates are going to be harder and harder and harder to get. With gas prices soaring, now's the time to replace that old gas guzzler. Not only is Hoblet trying to help without dealer markups, they don't do the dealer markups like everyone else. But when you go to HobletDodge.com, you see the true price. No surprise fees, no last-minute add-ons. And because they're California's #1 Ram dealer, they're going to have the truck that fits your price perfectly. Stop by for a test drive today and see what it's like to drive a truck that gets up to 32 miles a gallon with the Ram Eco Diesel. Plus, with Hoblet's true pricing, no reason to wait at all. Search, select, save, HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. Bears, Commanders, who you got? We got a Fantasy Kings scenario. And 1 year after John Gruden, it's 3 for Madness now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
When Well, hi. Good morning.
Yeah.
Jim.
On the reseeding real fast, March Madness. I know it's different because it's professional. In the argument there's NCAA, look at all the money. But I mean, they're already that would be a big travel change, especially now that these games are potted. When they used to be, the East was truly in one site. I think you could have done it. I think it's a lot more difficult now.
And as somebody said on the text line, and this was a point I was going to try to make because I think your point is perfect. Pro sports seeding is based on record. March Madness seeding is based on opinion.
That's a great point, too.
That is an excellent point. Jay Mars has an excellent point at the top of his head. He's going to give us 3 for Madness right now.
Well, so we've been debating this all morning, so let's settle it now.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders are traveling to Chicago.
Ooga.
Take on them Bears. What do you guys got tonight?
Well, it sounds like Carson Wentz is banged up.
Mentally or physically?
Which could or might actually help the Commanders because maybe they'll hand the ball off more. Yeah, just because this is at home, I'm going to take the Bears. Both these teams are a stink pile of garbage.
Jason, do you have a take that's not so vulgar?
The line is even. The over-under is 38.
That is insane.
That's one of the lowest I've ever seen. But what was last Thursday? 12-9 in overtime?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously it's possible. I'll pick the Commanders with 0 level of confidence. I say it as my voice goes up.
Yeah, maybe in February.
Yeah.
You think they're getting a roadie at Soldier Field, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what?
Sure. That's the best answer. Sure.
I despise ties.
Yeah.
This game needs a tie.
Ties. Yo, wow.
I agree.
No,
this game needs you know what? It needs to be 2-2.
Oh, 2-2. He wants a ballet game. He wants a tie.
Ballet tie.
Wow. Just to give you an idea, by the way, Bills Chiefs over under on this one's 54.
That's
higher.
Jay, who are you picking?
I have to pick one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just to be contrarian, I'm going to go Commanders and say Carson Wentz has a good game.
All right. Well, 2 Dan Snyder fans. We'll get to more on
Wow.
that.
And if you're asking me to justify it, I can't.
No? Wow.
I looked at the Thursday night schedule. I think this might be the least attractive game on the schedule all season.
Well,
but it's got a good personality.
It's got a great personality.
And you can catch it here at Sactown Sports. Coverage begins at 4:30.
I got to tell you something. Thank goodness, because this game, we're joking around, but this is actually a very important game.
4 fantasy. Oh,
yeah,
no, nobody has anybody on this team. This is the game that reminds us all when we're in July going, man, can't wait for football. Well, enjoy this game then.
Yeah, this is
Enjoy
like the
it.
Hall of Fame game, but means something.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Question
That's
2.
what that game is.
As a Kings fan,
Yes, I am.
that's both of you.
Yeah, him too.
Would you sign up right now to have the next 7 years be exactly what the Jazz went through? 6 consecutive years of the postseason, averaging 50 wins, and now a complete teardown. Would you do it? Are you here for it?
But the
Is
point
that
of this
attractive
question
to
is,
you?
but no championship.
No
obviously.
championship.
You're getting
no title.
But do you think well, I guess we would know that. But like the Jazz fans didn't know that every year.
I think the Jazz fan. Well, listen, it's like half our fan base doesn't know that we're almost certainly going to be an under 500 team this year.
I guess one of the years they were a 1 seed, Utah, that obviously fell short. They won a couple of rounds, and other times they were out in the first. Anyway,
I would 100% sign up for that.
Okay.
Obviously, you play to win the title.
Yep.
As Herm Edwards didn't say, but how much fun would all those years be? And you wouldn't know that you're not going to win the title. I mean, your mind would get erased, I think, in this situation. So every year you've got hope, you get close. Yes, every year ends with heartbreak, but boy, what a fun ride.
averaging 50 wins. So you're not going like, they snuck in as the 10th seed and then they won the 2 play-ins. And okay, well, 50, you're pretty good. That's a good team.
What was
Jazz
the highest seed the Jazz had? A 1 seed, right?
I think they had
yeah.
one.
Imagine that. Imagine the Kings on a 1 seed. We would also be devastated, but again, I buy in. I'd sign up for it.
Yeah, and also the timing of tearing it down. They could have a great prize at the end of this.
True.
That is true.
And by the way, you have to factor in this. If we're taking that, we're assuming it's Monty McNair at the helm still, so he's shown he can draft and build a good team. He's tearing it down. You're going to assume he's going to make the right pick up there.
If the Jazz get Wembanyama and Danny Ainge.
Yeah, Danny Ainge.
And all
if they get
picks
Wembanyama and Danny Ainge, that's going to be a really good duo.
If Danny Ainge is able to build back up Utah, I feel like he, unless I'm forgetting somebody,
as opposed to starter Utah,
I think he moves into 3rd place in the all-time awesome player, awesome executive.
Third?
We got Jerry.
Are you
Vlade.
weighing player more? And who's second, by the way?
Vlade.
Pat Riley. That's how it.
Did I hear Vlade in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Vlade seconds away from not
Stop.
being
Don't.
in the list at all. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not thinking of everybody, but I feel like if
Joe
he
Dumars. I know it's too recent here,
He
but
did win a title.
he won a title, but then he also was leaking
Stunk.
all that stuff.
Well, he also stunk in the
He
second half
tried
of his
to
Pistons
do a coup
GM-manship.
in Sacramento. Picked
Look at
Darko
you.
Milicic,
Michael Jordan.
number 3.
Question 3.
It's been 1 year since John Gruden resigned as head coach of the Raiders. Are the Las Vegas Raiders better off today, or would they be better right now with Gruden?
I think they'd be better with Gruden, and I'm not a Gruden fan.
really?
Well, they're 1-4.
Okay.
I
But better off, this would be year 5
Year
of 10?
5
Or
of
4
10. And by the way, here's the problem, too, is I don't know if they'd have Devonte Adams. I don't know if they've made all these moves. I think they made great moves. I just don't think Josh McDaniels is a good coach.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at,
He's
too.
a great
Really?
coordinator. He's not. I don't think he's a good. I mean, hey, listen, they're going to get a chance to prove us wrong.
Yeah.
These next 10 games are all winnable.
That not kicking the extra point and going for 2 was like right out of the Nathaniel Hackett playbook.
Yeah. I'm going the other way, but not because of I think Gruden's the better coach. I would agree with that than McDaniels. But the other elements, getting rid of Mike Mayock,
Yeah.
and the personnel changes. What the Raiders did this offseason
Yeah.
hasn't translated into wins in the player development part, but getting Adams, to your point. Also, Chandler, like they were super aggressive and got a lot of guys. And I think the Raiders, and part of Gruden's problem and Mayock's, they didn't draft very well.
Yeah.
So I think they're better off, but not in the typical fashion where you go head coach for head coach. I would take Gruden.
Well, I guess maybe we're kind of answering 2 different questions.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Everything's the same. Everything's exactly the same, except John Gruden's the coach instead of Josh McDaniels. All the personnel moves, and I know that's not realistic.
Oh, then I take Gruden.
Okay.
But,
So we're yeah.
But I think he was in the unique spot. There wasn't a bigger voice in the team,
No.
with the exception of the owner. Like,
Well, didn't he say that Gruden? Didn't Mark Davis say one time that Gruden was 51 and Mayock was 49% of the
right.
personnel decisions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of this is Gruden, who brought in Antonio Brown. I mean, there's
Right.
lots of things they did wrong. I just think they're better structured overall. Now the results haven't shown right now.
8:00, Sam Amick of The Athletic will join us to talk about the Kings and the rest of the NBA. Coming up next, well, I know what's coming up next, Jay, but do we have, is there anything else? Can we do it. Can we go back to Top Ramen?
Let's break down this game.
It's a Kings and Suns recap.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll do the tease for you since apparently this is too much on your plate.
I mean, you are down on a win. They won.
By the way, in that Utah situation, promise you, within 3 years of that situation, here's our show. Yeah, let's go to line 4. Line 4, it's Billy. Yeah, you know what? I'm tired of us choking at the end of these playoffs. You get to the Western Conference Finals, it's great. Then what? You
Not good enough to win it all.
Oh, you're blaming Billy like the guy sitting in the head chair right now for this show wouldn't be doing the same thing.
I was channeling
Billy Michael Dave.
Bill Michael Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right, we'll do our best to recap that. Let's call it. We're going to play some lights from last night's game. They're not high. They're just lights. We're going to give you some lights, talk about everything, and see what we can find out of last night's game. All kinds of hot takes coming up next.
When it comes to the Kings,
Nobody has you covered like we do.
Right now, we're joined by our friend Davion Mitchell. The playoff drought is on Kings fans' minds. There's no way around that, Davion.
It's kind of been on everyone's mind, and that's the thing in Sacramento. But, I mean, we just try to go out there and be the hardest team to play every day. I think the main thing is we're going to play defense. I think this year we're going to come in a defensive-minded team, and I think that's going to win us a lot more games.
the best Kings talk.
The flagship.
Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by RC Willey Home Furnishings.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Thursday forecast starts out a bit cooler with a few clouds around, but by the afternoon, those clouds will fade out. We'll have plenty of sunshine ahead with temperatures in the mid-80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
You already know RC Willey has a vast selection of home furnishings. But did you know they also have an outlet inside the store with clearance savings on closeouts, one-of-a-kind, and discontinued items? RC Willey, located in Rockland and South Sacramento. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit gainswavecalgary.ca.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. The primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, sports fans, the team at M&S Auto Group loves it when a repeat customer tells a friend about their great truck shopping experience with us. We appreciate that. And if you're a newcomer, welcome. M&S Auto Group has more than 300 super clean cars, trucks, and SUVs on site, and plenty of 4x4s and American muscle cars for people like you that work hard and play hard. Want a new ride? Come and get yours. MS Auto Group, msautogroup.com.
Sactown Sports.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It wasn't the prettiest basketball ever played, but the Sacramento Kings traveled to Phoenix and got a 1-point win, 105-104 over the Suns. De'Aaron Fox led the Kings in scoring with 15 points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past a diving Stott. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud. 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Shout out to USB plugs, because I heard in Milwaukee, Wisconsin yesterday, there's an article about this. There's a man who actually was able to put the USB plug into the slot the first try without having to turn it over.
We found the guy.
We found the one guy.
Good for him.
I don't know which is more difficult, doing that or trying to pour cornstarch or flour into something without spilling any of it anywhere, no matter how hard you try.
Impossible.
It's never been done in human history.
Right.
And if you're wondering why I'm bringing these things up, because I don't want to talk about the next segment, but
why?
I know we have to. It's not that the Kings didn't do anything.
Can anyone plug the Kings in right the first time?
No,
not last night, because they honestly had looked good. So that's why I think is the look, they won. I don't even care preseason what their record is, but they've won them all. But it's how you look, and they did not look good.
No, and by the way, before we get started, I Jason, please interrupt me if I'm saying something that doesn't apply to you. We're not really overreacting. It's preseason game 3. Nobody's tripping. But if we're going to get excited about the preseason, which we have, and the good things, and I will tell you this, I don't like the fact that the Kings were down, and in some cases by double digits, to the Phoenix Suns Summer League team when we're playing Fox and Sabonis and Herter and what am I missing? And Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just, and if I'm Mike Brown after the game, this is one of those times where maybe it's the first time they really see a little bit of his other side, where he goes, guys, this is not, I don't want you going out winning by 50, but dude, we're not going to play down to our competition this year. That's not going to happen. If we're 20 points better than the team, I want to beat them by 20 points. I don't want to lose by, I'm so tired as a fan of them losing by 2 to the Warriors and 3 to the Bucks and 5 to the Sixers. And then they lose by 15 to, insert crap team.
Right. I mean, we're going to get reminded of this throughout the year, but it's also based on the Kings' track record. I mean, the reality is, yes, 100% this was, I don't even know how many of the players that played yesterday will even literally make the Suns team. Some will. But they still are NBA players. They still are caliber guys that are getting an opportunity. They're trying to prove themselves. That's about where I'll defend the Suns in this, and
Sure.
even the Kings. But they've just been so guilty of this in the past. And I think the reality is it happens a lot. You take a team that's supposed to be great, the Celtics, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Suns team, the Bucks, whoever it might be. You could argue every night, like, you're playing down to the competition when they lose.
Sure.
Because they're better than most every teams. So it does happen. But I then look inside the game. Like, I didn't look at it like, okay, the Kings took them lightly per se. I just wondered why they couldn't execute.
Right.
You miss shots. I don't care about that. Like, okay, you could be playing the best defensive team in the league and shoot 65% on a night. Just shots go. I saw just terrible decisions, bad passes being made.
Yep.
The defensive progress that I think we had seen for a couple of games, I thought that's where maybe they let off the gas. Yeah, I'm not guarding Booker tonight. Do I have an easier night? Well, you don't. You can't have that approach.
They have 104 points.
Yeah.
It's a preseason high.
Right.
To the Summer League team.
And to the Kings' credit, in the previous 2 preseason games where I thought they won the game was when the Lakers went to their bench. Kings' depth blew them away.
Yeah.
Blazers kind of went some of their bench players. Kings' depth blew them away. It didn't happen that way last night. And that was concerning again. On a one-night thing, not that big a deal. But these are things that always take us back to, oh, here are those Kings. Why can't they do this? So, if Mike Brown had a problem, Dave, with them winning by 32, he's like, oh, there's plenty to pick apart for this game. What's he going to pick apart from this one? Because they were not sharp. They were not great.
No, they most certainly were not. I got a question for you. And again, we get this as preseason.
Mm-hmm.
If we're forced to make a list, if like the homework assignment after last night's game was, okay, you have to list, I don't know, five things you're worried about, no matter how overreactionary it may be going into the new year. Is it okay to include De'Aaron Fox's shooting?
Sure.
He's 13 of 34.
Okay.
In 3 games. Now, we had the one game where he was 4 of 8. But we're talking about a guy who came out of the box like he was in molasses last year.
Yeah.
We all want him to start well, but part of me especially wants him to start well because I know if he doesn't, if he wasn't getting married and, vacationing, you're going to hear that crap.
Yeah.
But he had a horrible start last year. It took him over half the season to get with it.
Yeah.
He's 13 to 34 in the preseason.
More than fair. I think if anybody has any concerns team-wise, internally, about anything related to Fox or Sabonis, generally I would say, well, those are your 2 best players. They'll be fine. But I don't think this team has a chance for them to figure it out. Like, they got to come out ready to go. They are going to be so important to what they do. I would say that's up there. The other one I would say, and again, it's 3 preseason games, but it kind of happened in all 3. They've been bad free throw shooting teams.
Yes, they have.
And, there's a lot of times this team is in games in the fourth quarter. Concentration, focus, repetition, all the kind of things that they know, and I know they work on. So it's not like, hey, practice. They do.
They do.
But you got to execute those better, much better in the regular season.
Yeah, you do.
It's been a preseason problem.
I mean, Sabonis has kind of been normal Sabonis.
Okay. Missed a ton at the rim yesterday.
Yeah,
but
did.
The whole team did.
I don't know what that is. And I don't know if it's something you necessarily worry about or not. I mean, the Blazers game, they shot 65% from the line.
Yeah.
And no, it's not good. And let me check the Lakers.
I don't think it was good there. I want to say it was 62, 60 something.
Let's see. You say 62%, and survey says, Jason, 63.2.
That was way off.
So 63.2. What did I say? Like 65%?
Yeah. And then last night was 65 as well.
Okay.
That'll be the worst in the league if they do that.
This isn't a guaranteed type of prediction, but I feel pretty comfortable here. If you told me they were going to shoot below 70% as a team from the free throw line this year, they will not make the plan.
Yeah.
They will lose games they will lose a lot of games because of that. So
it could be a weapon. Like, I mean, this is years back, but when Kevin Martin would get, I mean, he had games where he'd get like 30 points and make 5 shots because he was 14 of 14 from the line.
Yes.
Your best players are going to be Sabonis and Fox, and they get to the line. They got to be close to 80%.
And yes. And they're not.
No.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. The Kings are not good enough to be able to do that. And I'm gonna play you something here, but I want to go in a little bit of a different context. You'll know the audio I'm playing.
It's not a night that I show up and I don't want to be a dog, especially if it's a Bron coming in, if it's a Giannis coming in, because them the games I live for. Easy. You ready for them? Easy. It's the nights I show up and we playing against the sorry. It's the Sacramento Kings. I can't play. Oh, the Kings? The Kings stink. You name them. OKC right now. OKC. Like, oh my God. Yeah, the Kings make it better this year, I hope. But it's like how am I supposed to get myself up with this engine?
Okay. Now, but I'm coming at this from a different angle, I think. As upsetting as it was to hear Draymond Green say that, I think a lot of Kings fans are like, well, if we win that won't happen. But beyond that, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole stuff aside, if somebody's going to say that and get away with it a little bit, it's going to be a guy like Draymond. Why? Multiple championships, multiple, all-time winning a season, blah, blah. Draymond Green has been there. So if he takes a foot off the gas a little bit for the low-level teams, brothers and sisters, I point you to the 2000-era Lakers with Kobe and Shaq and 50 other examples of perennial-style contending teams that every year you'd have an article, is this the year of the Lakers? And then, next thing you know, they win the championship. The teams do this, players do this. My point is, I think the Kings do this a little bit, where they don't get their engines going necessarily. Oh, it's preseason. It's a bad team. We're going to play to their level. Oh, it's a good team. We're going to play up to their level. And what's the old saying from Bull Durham? If you have moldy shower shoes, if you're winning 20 in the show, you're colorful. If you have moldy shower shoes in the minor leagues, you're a slob. Well, if you're a crap team and you can't get your engine going for games like this, and I get it's preseason, and you're playing down to your opponents, which we've seen them do every year, then Jason, you that's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
Right.
And if I'm Mike Brown, I'm up their rear ends last night in the post game saying, guys, I get it. I'm not asking you to kill yourselves out there, but you almost lost to the Phoenix Suns Summer League team. So whether it's the veterans that maybe aren't taking this as serious enough, or even worse, it's the bench and the fringe players that are trying to earn a job. I get that the Suns are trying to earn a job too, but my goodness gracious, they should have won that game. You beat Dame Lillard. You beat Anthony Davis and LeBron James, at least half of them. You should be able to beat Fred Donaldson.
Yeah, right.
Ville.
Well, and I know coming up in our next segment, we had G-Man talk to Quinn Cook in the postgame.
Yeah.
It's really good audio that I almost hope the entire team hears because it's a different perspective. Like De'Aaron Fox, he's starting point guard.
Sure.
His Sabonis isn't going anywhere.
No.
Keegan Murray, they'll find his minutes. It's someone else that's like fighting for their basketball life, and that's almost like the way you want a team to play every night. I know that's difficult to do.
Right.
But perspective is wonderful.
Perspective is wonderful, and that's a completely different perspective. We'll get to that in just a second. You also have to have perspective on your home comfort. Well, it's you take it for granted. It's what you do. Oh, hey, I can turn my thermostat on. It's going to get hotter. I can make it colder. That's perspective. But fall is officially here, even though it's not fall outside. Weather, hot. Too hot. The weather, I will say this, Dave's weather report, it's stupid. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Looking ahead, it seems like things are at least starting to cool down. I feel like the 100-degree days are behind us, thank goodness. Oh, and hey, look, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it'll be 86, 83, 83. Yeah, that's fall. Whatever, man. So let's just be honest. It's going to be 90 degrees in December. You're going to want that air conditioner working. Go to American Energy. Their $49 air conditioning and furnace. I don't know why you need the furnace. 30-point tune-up. $49 for 30 points. That's less than $2 a point. Make sure you and your family are ready for the changing weather, which may never change. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990. Been around since 81. A-plus Better Business Bureau, and they're local. 916-520-9990. Or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. All right, are the Kings ready? Do they look ready for the regular season? And Quinn Cook visited with G-Man last night. We have that audio, like Jason said, coming up next.
You want more Kings coverage?
You got it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, basketball game and whatnot.
Give me more!
Join Nick Cattles following the Kings and Lakers on Friday, October 14th for the very first edition of the Sactown Sports Kings Recap.
Live on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
The only place giving you live Kings coverage directly after every game.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball.
Things are heating up at West Coast Audio of Galt for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. It's their one-year anniversary sale. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and open till midnight on Saturday and save up to 70%. Kicker or Fosgate subwoofers are buy one, get one free starting at $99. Kenwood double-din in-dash touchscreen DVD players with Bluetooth are just $199 while supplies last. West Coast Audio of Galt will window tint your entire car or truck for only $99. Front door included. Most cars. 200-watt high power with Bluetooth MP3 players are just $39. Remote start alarm with two-way paging starting at $149 with lifetime warranty. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. Get incredible savings. Up to 70%. Financing available up to 36 months. Your job is your credit. West Coast Car Audio of Galt is located off Highway 99 and Twin Cities Road, right behind Arco AM/PM, next to Jiffy Lube.
Night football on Westwood One. Hall of Famer Tony Baselli and I are in Chicago to kick off Week 6 with Justin Fields and the Bears hosting Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. Join us on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. It's primetime action from Soldier Field coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
The new era of Thursday Night Football is here, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, two NFC teams known for their hard-hitting defenses collide when the Commanders and the Bears clash in the Windy City. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with TNF Tonight, delivered by Little Caesars. Live from Chicago. Not an Amazon Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game. It's the Commanders and the Bears, only on Prime Video. See Amazon.com/watchtnf for details.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, is also Northern California's #1 Honda certified pre-owned vehicle dealer.
Come see our amazing selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. We have something for everyone. Don't shop dealer to dealer trying to find the perfect used car. Stockton Honda has the selection, financing, and savings you want. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
One claim based on 2021 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. On Sactown Sports, 1140.
Sam Amick in 15 minutes from The Athletic. We'll ask him about the Kings going into the season. Oh, yeah. And a few other questions around the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So the question of the segment, do the Kings look ready for the regular season?
Isn't it funny? It doesn't feel like the answer is different today than it was at this time yesterday.
Right. And then, yes. But it's kind of like the whole Jimmy Garoppolo evaluation.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I did not like yesterday's game. There were some specific things. Obviously, by far, the worst game of the preseason for them.
Right.
But it's also, I refuse to allow myself to not overreact to the wins and then overreact to a loss. That would just be disingenuous. It just feels like they were just like, whatever.
What's so funny is about the league, and so they're 3-0. Excuse me, they didn't even lose last night. Felt like they did the way they played. They're 3-0, but I remember. I don't know if it was Rick Adelman or one of the players way back then when the team was more successful. But even if you do the 5-game chunks of regular season, and you go 3-2, it's like, oh well. But if you do that every 5,
sure,
you're a 48-win team, 49 win. That's going to get you in the playoffs.
I would take that.
That doesn't seem great, but I mean it's difficult to win games. A lot of it's how you look. And last night, compared to the other two, I think they did look good in the first 2 preseason games. Sure. For whatever that's worth, I thought they looked good. They did not last night, and I don't understand why. Playing down to the competition, I don't know. I felt like they were doing some of the things the right way, missing shots, but then sometimes you go, "What did you see? Why would you make that pass? Why would you even attempt that?" And I don't know. And maybe, did they need this? I mean, so far out of camp, everything's been, man, chemistry's great, continuity, work ethic, buy-in. They've played well. Well, sometimes you need a little wake-up call. I'd rather be in the preseason and whatever. I don't know what this is, why it happened, but it did happen last night.
Mike Brown's going to have to make some decisions here after the next game. They have to cut 3. Keon Ellis and Nimi Keita, both on the 2-ways.
Yeah.
After that, you got to cut 3. Right now, I've got them cutting Bazemore, Merrill, probably Cook.
Okay.
I mean, just guessing.
Yep.
Is that who you have?
I believe they will cut one of the 2-point guards, Dellavedova or Cook.
Yeah.
Interesting that Dellavedova didn't play yesterday and Cook did. Cook did fairly well, I thought.
To your point, though, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
Sometimes if coaches have it in their mind what they're going to do, they're going to play the guy that they're going to cut to give him a chance to catch on elsewhere. So we don't know.
Right. Could be very true there. Also, we've seen 3 games. They've had more than 3 practices. So what's happening in that to give it even a better evaluation? Also, for example, Casey Okpala started 2 games.
Yeah.
He didn't even play yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and obviously we know Murray and Holmes weren't available with illness, but I feel like Bazemore's definitely on the fence. I feel Merrill is. I don't know about Monecki. I think Monecki, Dellavedova, Cook are all potential candidates there.
Well, at least we got to watch it. You got to watch and listen from here. I was watching from home. Vivek went all the way. He was courtside with the assistant GM of the Stockton Kings. They were both down there watching the game courtside. Yeah, boring trip back.
Yeah.
Play some cards. You mentioned Quinn Cook. And I thought you set it up perfectly. We've heard from Fox. We hear from Sabonis, or even Keegan Murray, who's a young and bright, hopefully future star in this league. And then there's Quinn Cook, who very likely could not have a job, at least not with the Sacramento Kings at the end of this camp. So it's a different perspective. And he spoke to Gary Gerould after the game last night.
How much does that experience pay off in a situation like this where it's still kind of wild and crazy in a preseason game?
No, a lot. That's my niche to this ball club. A guy who's won, a guy who's been in, in winning locker rooms, around winning coaches. So, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. And, the young guys, man, we got 9 minutes, man. A lot of people, would dream of this opportunity. So if it's 9 minutes, if it's 9 seconds, we have to, give it all we got. And I was happy I was out there to lead those guys.
Well, you hit 4 of 6. You end up with 10 points. It should have been 12. There was an illegal screen set by Nemi there. It denied you that bucket. And I know you were thinking, oh, man. And that would have given you a little more breathing room, a little cushion.
Yeah, that would have been a 6-point lead right there with 30, 40 seconds. But, it's how it goes, man. I gotta be more patient coming off the screen to get my big guy a chance, man. So hope Nemi's not too mad at me for that one.
Tell me about the burning desire to be able to make this roster.
This is everything for me. This is everything. Like I said last year when I was in Stockton, getting back on the NBA roster opening night will be my biggest, accomplishment of my life, just because I've been through so much. I've been doubted, but I never stopped. And, this opportunity has been amazing. And, God willing, everything's worked out. But I'm just thankful for the opportunity so far.
I don't want to belabor the point, but I understand that, it was kind of a I'm looking for the right word, and I can't find it. A resurrection in terms of your love for the game in Stockton under Bobby Jackson. Is that adequate or correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my time with the Lakers was great. I won an NBA championship, but, I came off 2 years with the Warriors, being in the rotation every night and playing the 2 straight finals. So I got to learn from guys like Bron, Doe, AD does, but, I never really got to play. So, I got hurt in L.A. I had a small stint in Cleveland, but I was never healthy. So, how that love, you can't play. You on a 10-day contract, living out a suitcase. So, everything kind of, gets rough at some point, but it's how you respond, how you bounce back. So, when I got to Stockton, Bobby Jackson, Paul Johnson, they gave me an unbelievable opportunity to be a veteran. And, I got to, fall back in love with the game, man. And, it's the reason why we play this sport, man, because it brings a certain joy to us. So, I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
That's Quinn Cook. Good stuff. And by the way, good stuff from Quinn Cook. Also, though, you have to, you have to have a good sous chef to make good food. Gary Gerould just has a way of knowing what to ask and how to ask it, and his demeanor is such that I do truly think the most underrated thing about Gary Gerould is his ability to interview, and he knows what he's doing, and I think people feel very relaxed around him. And to hear Quinn Cook say, hey, listen, I was in the rotation with the Warriors going to the finals. I won a title with the Lakers, but then kind of rediscovering his love for the game under Bobby Jackson in the G League. It's pretty cool.
And just trying to make a team. And if he makes this team, I mean, he would be in a spot where more times than not he wouldn't play.
Yep.
But he also could be in a position if things went wrong, he's starting, right, with a couple of injuries. And that's where what a vast difference that is. Like most nights you want to go to the arena knowing, 1, I'm starting, or 2, I'm going to play 20 minutes because this is when I come in the second quarter and the third quarter and blah, blah, blah. I know it. When you don't know and you have to be ready and stay professional, but I feel like Quinn Cook would be that guy. He just wants that chance, wants to be on a team because he's experienced what it's like to be in the league and wants to stay in the league. Doesn't mean that's given to him. He's got to earn it, but just different perspective. Like it's going to be different for Fox every night and Sabonis. They know they're penciled in. They're starting. They got their money. They've got careers ahead of them. Quinn Cook doesn't know if he's going to be in the league this year.
It's interesting because for every De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Joel Embiid, whatever. There's 50 Quinn Cooks that this will be his. If he were to make the Kings, this would be his 6th team,
man, in
his 8th season out of Duke. And this is a point guard that averages 1.6 assists a game. But it's also a point guard who has a lifetime percentage of 41% from behind the arc.
Yeah.
that's pretty damn good for a point guard.
Yeah, and kind of tying it into even last night's game, I firmly believe if there was a world where Quinn Cook on any team was the starting point guard and was given 30 minutes, he'd have good stats.
Really?
He would. Yeah. I mean,
no, I'm
not saying he's an all-star,
Sure,
but
sure.
you give, I don't know, the year I look back at Ray McCallum was given like at the end of the year playing 40. He was flirting with a triple-double every night. He barely lasted in the league. When you give a guy who has quality enough stuff to be in the league at minutes, they will produce. It's just, is it enough to be really valid?
You just triggered me because that summer, I was so all in on Ray McCallum that summer. The way he ended the season, and then
you were Team Ray.
I was like, see what happens when he gets time, dude. Ray, let me tell you something, man. Ray McCallum's dad's coach. You know, he's got that
son of a coach.
Yeah, son of a coach. He's the IQ's finally coming out. He gets some playing time, and Ray McCallum might be our starting guard next year.
I now regret that analogy. Sorry.
Sam Amick's chock full of analogies. We'll ask him about the Sacramento Kings. We'll go around the NBA as well. It's our weekly visit with Sam, and it's coming up in just 2 minutes.
When it comes to the Kings,
nobody has you covered like we do.
All right, so we're here with Rashawn Holmes.
Definitely been in the gym like crazy than I ever been in my career. So I'm in the best shape that I've probably ever been in. And I've just been working on the things they need me to work on, stretching the floor, ball handling, decision-making, things of that sort. And I'm really, really confident in the work I put in this summer.
The best Kings talk.
The flagship.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Rashawn Holmes, and you listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Chad, for Ram Power Days.
There's a reason we're California's #1 Ram truck dealer. You won't find a better selection of heavy-duty trucks in Northern California. Plus, right now, save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cabs. Not $5,000 over MSRP, it's $5,000 off.
Okay, but what about those tradesman Rams that are the perfect work truck?
We have those on sale, too, with up to $3,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew Cabs. Plus, we work the deal to get extra heavy duty so you can get the work truck you need today instead of waiting until 2023 for it to show up.
Thanks, Chad. Stop by for a test drive today and see what it's like to drive a truck that gets up to 32 miles a gallon with Ram Eco Diesel. Plus, with Hoblet's true pricing, there's no reason to wait. Stop by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center today or search Select and Save at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
5,000 total net savings and 3,000 total net savings after dealer discount. 10 at each net savings. Highway MPG estimates according to U.S. EPA estimates. See dealer for details.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Coastside Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical breakthrough. The WAVE technology at Coastside Clinic was tested by Cambridge University and the Cleveland Clinic, and the results are in. It's proven to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED by treating the root cause, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, we'll also include something unique. I don't think I've ever seen it fail. This is a $600 value, free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Coastside Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave, and it's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front so you can can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending can pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
The flagship.
Ball game. Sacramento wins. KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It wasn't the prettiest basketball ever played, but the Sacramento Kings traveled to Phoenix and got a 1-point win, 105-104 over the Suns. De'Aaron Fox led the Kings in scoring with 15 points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past the diving stud. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud, 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sam Amick will join us in just a moment. Also, this time tomorrow, Greg Papa.
Oh, that's right.
Voice of the Niners on a little personal win streak there. We'll talk to him. Dan Patrick has a great question today. I got to share it with everybody. You know, we always, who would you rather do the says you have to choose one quarterback to start your franchise, Carson Wentz or Justin Fields? I got to take Fields. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Joining us right now, and you need to check out The Athletic. Get yourself a subscription or 12 like I have for tremendous coverage. And, we have a lot of friends from The Athletic. You know, Matt Barrows joins us each and every week to talk about the Niners. We have Jason Jones on often, and Sam's been with us forever. In fact, he's got an article that just posted up today. I'll give you the headline. In the Draymond Green caused crisis, the Warriors have Jordan Poole to thank for having a chance to recover. So make sure to check that out. Sam joins us right now. Sam, I don't want you to give away all the goods. I mean, this is a paywall site here. You got to subscribe and pay for good journalism. But give us the abridged. Why does he have Jordan Poole to thank?
Good morning, David. Is Mr. Ross with you today as well?
I am here, Sam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Jay.
Hi.
So my opinion that I wrote on this thing after spending a couple of days around the situation, this week, last week, the Warriors got incredibly lucky here, and not only because Jordan wasn't seriously hurt, but because by all accounts, he is deciding to allow this team to move forward in a pretty seamless way. He's willing to play with Draymond again. He's willing to welcome Draymond back to the team again. They finally did have a one-on-one meeting between the two guys that Steve Kerr said went well. And it's pretty remarkable to me that a guy who's 23, who's really pretty fresh in the league still, has made this decision. Because, if he had gone to management and said, I don't want to play with this dude anymore, the Warriors would have had a massive problem. Like I said, if he would have wound up in the hospital, that would have been a massive problem. So it's crazy. But now as we get towards the beginning of the regular season next week, it's like, all right, I guess they're going to be fine. And they got more healing to do, but I do think that because of Jordan's choice here, they're pushing it in the right direction.
Sam, so with that said, how long would you say is Draymond's leash?
I'm torn on that question, Jason, because, if you're Draymond, I don't know. If we're being honest, do you feel like it just got longer? You know what I mean? Like you just obliterated a teammate and, not very much happened to you. Now, I don't think that's the right way to analyze this because of how much history Draymond has with this organization and how much he's accomplished. So I think he knows that, it's just this stuff has got to come to an end. But I really don't know what the answer to that question is. The part of me that is uncomfortable through this whole story is that I get it. It's pro sports. There's money on the line. There's legacies on the line. But this one is a little nauseating when it comes to the reality that it's just, Bob Myers said the day after the punch happened, our owners want to win. We want to win. Our players want to win. And that to me is the biggest thing here is there's not another Draymond Green out there. And these guys just won a championship. They think they can win another one. So without him, they can't win. And that has everything to do with how they handled this situation.
Sam Amick of The Athletic with us. Sam, I'm a huge Steve Kerr fan as a player, a coach, but mostly as a person. Is it fair to raise an eyebrow when you look at Steve and how outspoken he is and how much I agree with pretty much everything he ever says? You got a guy who literally knocks out a player in practice who wasn't ready for it. And basically his punishment is he goes to Mexico for a couple of days, stays away from the team. Is it fair to look at Bob and Steve and say, guys, you come off and you preach these wonderful moral attributes. And in this case, you're basically saying, yeah, the guy can do it because he's Draymond. If he was Quinn Cook, he'd have been suspended for 20 games. And that's an incongruent morality clause there.
Yeah, I do think it's fair to raise an eyebrow. And it's hard, like you said, you've got a high opinion of Steve. I have a high opinion of Steve and Bob and their whole group. I am impressed by, some people don't want to give a hat tip to their culture here. I'm probably not in that camp. I think their culture does have a lot to do with their ability to, for Jordan to be comfortable enough to make this decision because they have had the types of thoughtful, extensive conversations between all these different people that, in the absence of those conversations, they probably don't, get this thing going in a more positive direction. But at face value, it is, I think the messaging is terrible society-wise. And I think first couple of days, to be honest, guys, I was a little, like that was my opinion. But then you hear the narrative about how it's sports, bro, get over it. Like, stop being a pansy. And I kind of I finally, and I wrote this, but it's like, you know what? Fine. I didn't play the game at the NBA level or a high level at all. But then you hear Raja Bell on his podcast describe what Draymond did as effing aggravated assault. Yep. You hear Steven Jackson, a guy with a pretty notorious history, talk about the fact that he never did this and he never would do this because you don't do that to your young teammates. And so I can't read Steve's mind. He to me is from a kind of psychological profile standpoint is a pretty interesting one on this topic because he was the guy who took a tough punch from Michael Jordan back in the day, so I don't know, is Steve's perspective forever changed because of that? But the reality is that they did get lucky here. I read the entire John Feinstein book back in the day on the punch when Rudy Tomjanovich almost died from Kermit Washington's punch. That could have happened here. You got the Nikola Mirotic situation where his face was fractured by Bobby Portis. Although, to be fair to Bobby, that was a two-man fight where they were both, supposedly Mirotic started it, but it could have been a lot worse. And here we are. We are going to be talking about Warriors basketball again next week as if this didn't happen.
I mean, I know this is a scenario that didn't happen here, Sam, but I keep thinking about if this was Draymond hitting Clay or Steph. My goodness. I mean, I just think the public outcry would even be more, and I think there's a significant public outcry. I just wonder, those two, I know may say they're good, but I think they're good until they're not. Isn't that always going to be bubbling underneath between these two?
Yeah, it might be. I mean, every time I write, I have like a regret for another line that I wish I added in. And on this column, Jason, to you, I wish I would throw a line in that says, only Jordan knows if this is genuine forgiveness or a business decision, right? Because that's what we're going to learn. And I also hesitated, I chose not to. Readers don't love it when you make it about you, so I'm sensitive to that. But, I almost threw a line in there about how, listen, again, didn't play the game at a high level. Have been in fights. One in particular where somebody I cared about came at me in a way that shocked me. And I tell you what, that human component took me a very long time to get through, where you had one view of the person and then that happened and then, you had to work through that. I think, even though it is sports and stuff happens, I got to imagine there's just no way Jordan's going to feel the same way about Draymond for a long time, if ever.
Sam Amick joining us. And by the way, Sam and I were able to work through that. By the way, it was a weird night.
That was a cheap shot.
It was a cheap shot. I won't say who threw it. Sam, and how much of this is spotlight, magnifying glass, fishbowl? And this wasn't the same, but you were covering the team, I believe, when DeMarcus Cousins punched, I think it was Devonte Green in the locker room, and there was the hullabaloo about that. But because it was the Kings, that was it. And DeMarcus and Dante, DeMarcus and Jason Thompson never really got along to begin with.
And no video.
So, this does happen. You named off all kinds of examples, but seems like when it's the Warriors, it's times a billion.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been times, maybe something just shy of a billion if they didn't pull off the pretty stunning championship last year.
Yeah.
But now, the national spotlight is going to be as bright as possible because they are the champions. And it does come with a different microscope. The video component obviously changes everything. I thought about the Devonte Green situation in the course of covering this story. And I wondered, you guys remember the way that was described. I didn't get every intimate detail, but, I think DeMarcus got him pretty good.
Yeah.
But it was also it felt like, I know DeMarcus was a lot bigger than Dante, but, you had two grown men fighting. This one, you got a 9-year gap in age. You have the big brother, little brother feeling to the relationship. And then you just have the optics again of the video where, you can scrutinize Jordan's boxing abilities all you want because he absolutely should have thrown his hands up after he pushed Draymond. But I also think that it speaks to the trust and, the vibe and the relationship that he had with Draymond, where he clearly did not have the thought cross his mind at all that Draymond would do this. Otherwise, his hands would have been up. So it all kind of leads to a perfect storm kind of story right now.
Sam Amick of The Athletic, I invite you to read his excellent article about the Draymond Green crisis with the Warriors, Jordan Poole, allowing them to recover. You can do that on The Athletic. Fantastic app, fantastic site, and I've enjoyed it for a year. Sam, appreciate you. Talk to you in a week, big boy.
Thank you, guys. Be good.
Take care. That is Sam Amick.
One quick follow-up on that, too, that it's been talked about, maybe not that much. There's another little element to this story, too. I think that brings just one more wrinkle to it. Michigan State. There is just genuine. That's deep. That's hate.
I didn't think that.
And I don't mean that's what started that.
Yeah.
But that Florida State, whatever it is, and just that there's an element to that too. That it's not why it happened,
right?
But I don't know.
But maybe part of the trash talk. I got to go back and look and see who played who that weekend.
Yeah,
we'll take a break when we come back. Let's try to make a case to watch. Okay, we're not going to make a case to watch tonight's game, but we'll tell you why. One of the teams involved. They got a guy who runs them who ain't that great, shockingly. We'll get into details on some new revelations here next.
You want more Kings coverage?
You got it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday basketball game and whatnot.
Give me more!
Join Nick Cattles following the Kings and Lakers on Friday, October 14th for the very first edition of the Sactown Sports Kings Recap.
Live on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
The only place giving you live Kings coverage directly after every game.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball.
Celebrate the start of the fall season with the official tire of Major League Baseball. Cook Tire is offering up to $100 off on 4 of its most popular lines now through November 6th with its Grand Slam rebate. Get up to a $100 rebate on a select set of 4 passenger or light truck tires. Ask about Cook's wide selection of trailer tires. See dealer for details. Radial Tire Service in Sacramento is your one-stop tire shop, providing their customers with excellent service for an affordable price. Don't wait. Come in and hit a Grand Slam with your tire game with a premium Cook Tire Grand Slam rebate. Cook, driving emotion. Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is open with a refurbished lobby and now serving adult beverages. Opening Thursday. Halloween ends. The IMAX experience. The legend of Michael Myers comes to a spine-chilling climax in the final installment. See Halloween Ends on the largest screen in Sacramento at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Maybe the only way he can die is if I die too. It all ends now.
Halloween Ends. The IMAX experience opens Thursday. Get tickets and reserve seating for opening weekend at IMAX.com/Sacramento.
Got a take?
Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports, 1140.
Don't know what you've got going on tonight, but I can make plans for you. Don't do anything or be anywhere other than your radio, 5:15 today. Commanders versus Bears. We've been waiting for this.
Don't undersell it. Cover starts at 4:30. That's a big pregame.
We gotta get you ready for it.
We're gonna have a whole pregame. I don't know this for sure. I don't want to misspeak, but I think Cattles and Rami are actually going to do a special 1-hour pregame, breaking everything down. Wentz, Justin Fields,
maybe even a post game.
Depending.
Can I give a super hot tease coming up in what's hot, what's not?
Please.
Carson Wentz is hot. I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
explain later.
Hot on the heels of getting released.
There was a quote attributed to the great Al Michaels that said after last week's Thursday night game, if I have much more like this, I may retire.
I mean,
and you go, well, I'm sure you won't based on the money you're making, and you call one game a week. But his point was like, you do this to have fun and be at great games, and sometimes they are. And tonight could turn out to be.
What I was just gonna
if
say.
I had to guess, I would say it won't.
Same,
but it could
we've
be.
seen it before. We've seen it before. Where at the end of that, like, well, we didn't expect this, but a 38-35 barn burger on a last minute Antonio Gibson 67-yard run as the clock expired. I don't know.
Yay for us.
Seth Wickersham is a phenomenal writer. He, you may know him from some of the work he's done on Tom Brady, on Bill Belichick. He's literally written the book on Bill Belichick. And Don Van Natta is also a fantastic kind of deep dive guy, investigative journalist. And I really do love investigative journalism, especially in the world of sports, because it is a very, very much a dying art. And I would invite you to go to ESPN. I'm fine plugging them here. And read the story this morning on Dan Snyder from Don and Seth Wickersham, because it is dirty
on all levels.
But it also
not surprising either.
Not surprising. It helps kind of fill in some blanks here that a lot of people, and also will help reinforce a lot of things people thought. According to an associate of Dan Snyder's, quote, the NFL is a mafia. All the other owners hate each other, to which one owner they spoke to said, that's not true. All the owners hate Dan. And with Dan Snyder feeling like he's backed into a corner, you wonder why there was an investigation. They haven't released the findings. Roger Goodell insisted that the investigation not be reported in writing, but orally given. So there's, no record of that, probably no recording of that.
And by the way, that's the investigation that helped pinch John Gruden.
Yeah, which pinched John Gruden, but not Dan Snyder.
Right.
You have Dan Snyder, according to many, many folks, has instructed his law firms to hire private investigators to look into other owners after he already had private investigators looking into and intimidating a lot of team employees, staff, ex-players that were asked to participate in the investigation prior. This is a dirty, dirty, dirty guy. And according to one owner, Dan Snyder, quote, has dirt on Jerry Jones. He has a file on Jerry Jones, has dirt on Roger Goodell, and that he is behaving, quote, like a mad dog cornered. Now, we don't know if this is true. The Jerry Jones stuff, Jerry's one of the few owners to really kind of try to befriend Dan Snyder over the years and kind of shepherd him along. And we know that the Dallas Cowboys have had their share of some things happen down there. I will tell you this, there's, other than firsthand accounts and anecdotes, there's no proof. I 100% agree that part of the reason they haven't gotten Dan Snyder out of there yet is that he has explosive dirt on the league, on other owners, on Roger Goodell.
I'm with you. And I think that's then leads to even more dirt, right? Just how dirty and messy the whole league, the perception can be. Like, for me, I've always loved football just for the game, the entertainment, entertainment value. This kind of stuff, here's what I believe, Dave. Out of the 32 owners, I couldn't pin a number on it. I don't think all 32 are dirty. I believe some are. And is that 5? Is that 18? I don't know. But I also believe Dan Snyder is the exact one that would go, what, you're coming after me? Here you go.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Look over here because this is what's going on.
Right.
He's the exact guy to do that.
He is the exact guy to do it. And he came into this league as a 34-year-old. There's anecdotes in there about him berating Arizona ownership, beloved by the league, telling his football decision makers, quote, I'm the blanking owner, and if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you, he would say half jokingly. Jokingly, on and on and on. But you know what? Him being a mean or bad person, him being a bad personality, him being this, that, whatever. But it's the things, just the dirt, the things that went on and probably still go on inside the Commander's offices, using those private investigators. Jason, someday, I'm going to make this very easy to make prediction on October 13th, 2022 at 8:20. There's going to be multiple movies, 30 for 30s, documentaries. And at some point, I would say within the next, 5 years, 10 years, who knows? The top story in sports for a long time is going to be the downfall of the NFL. And not from a sports point of view, please. And not from a people tune out. They'll never do that. But you're going to see this cascade of dominoes where you have some of those powerful, richest people in the entire country going to war with each other. It's like the NFL owner version of why the United States and Russia don't fire nuclear bombs at each other. It's mutual assured destruction. That's what's sitting here in the NFL right now. You have race norming. You have concussion protocols. You have sexual harassment. You have blackmail. You have spying.
They got the whole buffet.
They've got it all.
Yeah.
This is a dirty, dirty cabal of many racist, dirty, disgusting old men that happen to be in charge of by far the biggest, most expensive, most lucrative source of entertainment in the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah, and what's interesting is if we could poll fans, and like all NFL fans, do you think if there's door number 1 is dirt on league executive Roger Goodell, the higher ups there?
Sure.
Door number 2 is owners. If they could choose one, what do you think fans, or do they even care?
Oh, well, because my response was going to be door number 3.
Just play football.
They won't say
fantasy. That's my team.
The reality of the situation is this: the majority of, again, everybody can do their own thing. The majority of NFL football fans They don't care if you're getting a concussion. They don't care if you're racist. They don't care if you're sexually harassing cheerleader. They don't care. Yeah.
When's
Whatever.
Deshaun Watson coming back?
Yeah, when is he coming back?
Yeah.
I just want to watch football. It's a distraction. My wife doesn't like me. My job sucks. My boss is a b-hole. I don't make any money. My mortgage payment's due. I got a headache. I just want to watch football, and I don't care if they're aborting baby rabbits on the sideline while sexually harassing them. I don't care. Are the Bears going to win this year?
I love the Lions.
Love the
Whatever it
Lions.
is. Yeah.
I think it. I don't think it's a small percentage majority. I think it's a vast majority.
So is this threat by Daniel Snyder a threat? I mean, it is, because if he truly has stuff that would be compromising for images and different things like that, legacies of people and jobs, but it's weird how it would land publicly, I guess.
I don't think it's a threat to the ratings. I think it's a threat to the owners.
Yeah.
And boy, do rich people like to protect their money and power.
Yes.
All right. Let's look ahead to tonight's playoff matchups in baseball. Can the Mariners get off the canvas, and will they actually play tonight in New York? We'll get to that in just a couple minutes.
The place to tell you if the 49ers are contenders
or pretenders.
It's a pretty big deal. I've been a fan of the 49ers since, 84.
Your home for 49ers news and talk. Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Things are heating up at West Coast Audio of Galt for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. It's their one-year anniversary sale. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and open till midnight on Saturday and save up to 70%. Kicker or Fosgate subwoofers are buy one, get one free starting at $99. Kenwood double-din in-dash touchscreen DVD players with Bluetooth are just $199 while supplies last. West Coast Audio of Galt will window tint your entire car or truck for only $99. Front door included. Most cars 200-watt high power with Bluetooth MP3 players are just $39. Remote start alarm with two-way paging starting at $149 with lifetime warranty. Get to West Coast Audio of Galt this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for their huge one-year anniversary blowout sale. Get incredible savings. Up to 70%. Financing available up to 36 months. Your job is your credit. West Coast Car Audio of Galt is located off Highway 99 and Twin Cities Road, right behind Arco AM/PM, next to Jiffy Lube.
Get ready for a new season of Sacramento Kings basketball.
The two-hand champ has me on my feet.
The season tips off at Golden One Center on October 19th when the Kings take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Join the loudest fans in the NBA.
This is one of those magical moments.
Get your tickets to cheer on Fox, Sabonis, rookie Keegan Murray, and the new-look Kings at a game this season.
Murray, yes!
Tickets are on sale now at kings.com/tickets. Secure your seat for the action today.
Tune in every Wednesday to the Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross show for Wine Wednesday, where they whine about plays, calls, everything from the past week in sports. Wine Wednesday, brought to you by E2 Family Winery.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. And the primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Next Tuesday, it's golf and guitars at Hagen Oaks with Ryan Hurd. Love and Beth.
There's a little bit of devil in her angel eyes.
Jackson D.
If I don't come back,
don't come a-looking.
Connor Smith, Restless Road, Jason Michael Carroll, Jordan Fletcher, and more. Grab your tickets for only $35 at golfandguitars.com. It's Golf and Guitars next Tuesday at Hagen Oaks.
New Kia inventory has been arriving at Folsom Lake Kia. Check out the deals on all the new Kia models. You can even buy with zero down with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your family-owned Kia dealership for over 20 years.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It wasn't the prettiest basketball ever played, but the Sacramento Kings traveled to Phoenix and got a 1-point win, 105-104 over the Suns. De'Aaron Fox led the Kings in scoring with 15 points, going 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The Kings moved to 3-0 in the preseason with one final tune-up this Friday at the Golden One Center against the Lakers before the regular season starts on October 19th against the Blazers. A 3-run sixth inning was all the Braves needed yesterday to beat the Phillies.
Here it comes. And he racks it up the middle, base hit, past a diving stud. Here comes Matt Olson, he'll score. RBI base hit, Travis d'Arnaud, 3-0 Braves.
That series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Clayton Kershaw was sloppy in his Game 2 start for the Dodgers as the Padres snagged Game 2 in LA 5-3, also tying that series at 1 game apiece. Thursday Night Football happens on Sactown Sports this evening with the 1-4 Commanders traveling to Chicago to take on the 2-3 Bears. Coverage begins at 4:30. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Popped up down the left field line towards foul territory. Riley back against the tarp. Holy smokes! Wow! What a catch! Austin Riley with a catch of his life. Popped up, shallow left, Dansby out, Eddie in, and Dansby dives and makes a tremendous catch over the shoulder. Spectacular play by Dansby.
1-1 to Jake. Here's the pitch, and that's a towering drive deep down the right field line. This one's way back. It's gonna go! A long home run to right field for Jake Cronenworth. And the Padres add on. It is 5-3, San Diego in the 8th.
Fair to say the playoffs have been rather entertaining so far. Not a lot of stinkers, and a couple. Today, we got, they're going to have half the excitement they did their game 1. Mariners, Astros in Houston. Astros up in this series 1-0. And they got themselves a garbage can home run walk-off from Jordan Alvarez in that thrilling comeback. And now for the Mariners, Luis Castillo on the mound. That's their ace. You're going to see that 12:37 midday first pitch, 4:37. The Guards and the Yanks, but this one might be in a little bit of trouble. They're saying.
Yeah, lots of terrible weather in New York today, so I don't know. And that can impact just the overall part of the series. Tomorrow's supposed to be a travel day. You already had a day off, but you bunch everything together now and can change rotations and so on and so forth. But I know they had a weather delay yesterday with Atlanta that ultimately got the game in. It just looked like, last I checked, Dave, I thought it was almost all day rain.
That 7:30 their time, and it looks like I'm looking at iPhone weather, 50% to 60% rain, 7 p.m. all the way till 3 a.m. So,
yeah, there's not even really an opening. No. Yeah, that's less than 50%. Yeah.
So
all day.
Maybe New York, maybe the Yankees will need to close the roof.
They should. Why haven't they done that?
Yeah, why have that? You'd think they would. Somebody had to tell somebody.
They're not very smart. I
Close the roof. The roof is the ceiling.
Yes.
The floor.
Close it.
Mariners, Astros, though, that will be fun. Daytime baseball. And honestly, it's funny. We all have rooting interest. We all, obviously, you're a big Yankees guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jay's Dodgers are in there. My Giants are. Honestly,
they haven't lost this postseason.
They have not lost this postseason, and they're having a. By the way, I don't know if Jay's got this in his who's hot, who's not, fun facts and all that, but the Sacramento Kings are now, they have the longest stretch in North American sports losing a postseason game. The Kings have not lost a postseason game in 16 years. That's longer than any other team now that the Mariners lost. Fun fact.
I mean, given that in the preseason streak,
it's good to be a King.
Man.
It is great to be a King. So we own that record. I don't want to they missed the okay, well, they haven't lost.
Right.
They have not lost.
In context, a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in a vacuum. That's out of a vacuum. So
all of the vacuum things. You know, it was interesting after the walk-off by the Astros the other day against the Mariners. So they go to the panel. It's Ernie Johnson, who's great at everything he does, but he's got, Granderson, Jimmy Rollins, Pedro Martinez, and they all kind of say the same thing. Like, I don't think the Mariners can come back from a loss like this, which feels like something you and I would say.
Right.
But these guys played, and I'm like,
this
is one game. They come out and win today. It feels like everything was fine.
We'll get right back to that.
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
Did you guys really enjoy that Quinn Cook segment with the G-Man?
Oh, yeah.
It's the last one you're going to hear.
Wow.
Quinn Cook waived by the Sacramento Kings today, and Kent Bazemore, according to James Ham.
Kent Bazemore, Quinn Cook, waived.
One more.
I got to be honest. I like the term cut because
You like the term.
Here I don't like it, but here's why.
You prefer it.
I prefer it because the person just lost their job. Waving. You got wave.
Well, they're not doing
and it's not spelled W-A-V-E.
I get it, but it's just audibly versus did you get, hey, you just got fired. Did you get waived or did you get cut? These guys have to move now. They have to pack up. I won't say who, but I know one of them. I'm not laughing. I'm saying that's that chuckle is an oh my God.
Well, you know the definition of waive, W-A-I-V-E, correct? You don't.
Yes.
So I'll tell you.
Of course.
It's refrain from insisting on or using a right or claim.
Oh, so that basically it's like the Kings have
no right to claim these guys
withdrawn their
anymore.
claim on these guys. One of them just bought a house here.
Really?
I literally
swear.
I would
stay in
stand.
town.
There's a dump button. I can't do that on the air. But yeah, I mean, so really, listen, they're fine. They're going to find jobs in the NBA, or worst case scenario, go make a couple more in China.
Maybe go to Stockton.
Maybe go to Stockton.
I mean, if Kent Bazemore's not making the Kings, I'm not imagining there's 29 other teams lining up for services.
I wouldn't think so either. And this would have been a second stint with the Kings. Kent Bazemore.
No, I'm sad.
Interesting that the report is 2. There needs to be 3. Is there a heated debate on the final name?
It's got to be Samero.
Samero?
Yeah.
Could be. I would think.
Well, I don't have anything against him. I'm just saying it's got to be him.
Chime.
I don't think so.
I would believe it's down to those two.
Yes, I believe so. I think
Jason, would you agree with that?
I think Delvedova is going to make the team
as an extra guard. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I think those are the two.
And that's what we said at the start of the show. It should Bazemore, Cook, and Merrill.
You have a former Aggie and a former NBA champion. Who do you choose?
The Aggie, that's the NBA champion. One side note here: the World Cup coming up in Qatar. There will be special zones at the tournament for drunk soccer supporters to sober up.
The whole field.
The whole thing is weird because it's like selling alcohol there is a little bit weird. It's going to go from hotel bars to fan zones and outside stadiums. It starts November 20th, by the way. They're not used to dealing with public drunkenness, especially on a mass scale, but they've decided to control the issue by ensuring there is an alternative to arrests or jail time. There's basically plans for people to places to sober up if they've been drinking excessively. It has been reported that fans who end up in a so-called sober tent will remain there until they are sufficiently clear-headed to be released with a warning, because being drunk in Qatar is not accepted by locals or authorities. I guess I'm just wondering, how do they figure out whether they're... I hope it's not the same as the concussion protocols in the NFL. How are you going to figure out whether or not they're sober enough? So, were you planning on going and getting hammered in Qatar?
I was, but you just changed the plans.
Yeah, it's all over there, huh?
I forgot. Is it Thanksgiving? When do they start?
November 20th.
November 20th. So
yeah, which is very strange. Yeah. All right, so just to recap the segment, we've got baseball tonight, Mariners, Astros, Guardians, and Yankees. Kent Bazemore and Quinn Cook both have been waived by the Sacramento Kings, meaning barring any other unforeseen circumstances, there's one more person left to waive, and they'll be doing that, I would imagine, sometime towards the weekend.
Yeah.
And you better be careful if you're drinking in Qatar during the World Cup.
Yeah.
About
got you covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get news and notes. We've also got a word from ACR Solar. Who's hot? Who's not? Jay, give me a tease for who's hot, who's not, off the top of your head.
I'll just tell you again, who's hot is a name that you will not think should ever be associated with hot. And I mean in the sense of they're doing something good.
Oh, all right. When we come back, Jay Mars, he's the star of Who's Hot, Who's Not, apparently. We'll do that next.
You want more Kings coverage?
You got it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, basketball game and whatnot.
Give me more.
Join Nick Cattles following the Kings and Lakers on Friday, October 14th for the very first edition of the Sactown Sports Kings Recap.
Live on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
The only place giving you live Kings coverage directly after every game.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports.
Your home for Kings basketball.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Just can I butt in real quick?
You can.
Aaron,
Why, about ACR Solar or something?
Aaron from ACR Solar came out to my house yesterday, and I told you I had the solar problem where, my solar installed by another company had not been working for years, and I didn't know it. Aaron came out. They didn't install this. This wasn't on them. He still came out within like a day after I called, and we spent about 10 minutes looking at everything. They're going to fix it, and then about 20 minutes just talking Kings, asking how the family was, all that. They put my pool solar in, Jason, as you know. Now they're going to fix my regular solar. It's an anecdote, I get it, but seriously, I can't say enough good things about them.
They're here to help people. They help Dave. They help me, and they did it in different ways. For Dave, it was solar for his pool. For me, it was a new roof. And you're not thinking that with ACR Solar, but they do solar. They do roofing. They have home services. They do a lot, and I would think you should go to ACRsolar.com. For us, it was the brand new roof, and it looks great. The results are even better than I thought it would be, and it was out of necessity. We needed a new roof. We met with other companies. ACR Solar was the one that hit perfectly for us. It was the sweet spot. We knew it. Good connection. We loved how they were in great communication with us through the entire process. We knew what was going on every step of the way. So if you're in need of anything really with your home, solar, roofing, home services, check out ACRsolar.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
Not only can you save up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, but you can save thousands more with 2.9% financing for 72 months. As the Fed keeps raising rates, these kinds of low interest rates will be harder to get. Plus, with gas prices soaring, now is the time to replace that old gas guzzler.
Wait, people are still doing that?
We're seeing it too, which is why we're doing what we can to help. Not only do we not have dealer markups, but when you go to hobletdodge.com, you see our true price. No surprise fees or last-minute add-ons. Plus, since we're California's #1 Ram dealer, we have the truck you need at the price that fits your budget.
Hoblet's been known for taking care of its customers for generations. See Hoblet's true pricing now by stopping by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive or check out their full selection at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$8,000 total net savings after $3,500 factory rebates and $4,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualified. Special 2.9% financing for 72 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. 15-16 per thousand borrowed. 10% net savings. Highway MVG estimates according to the US EPA estimates. See dealer for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
It all started with a group of cowboys who broke from the mold and wanted more. 30 years later, the ride continues, and the professional bull riders have never been more rank. Join the top bull riders in the world and celebrate 30 years with 3 huge nights this February 3rd through 5th at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.com or the Golden One Center box office. Don't be a Get your tickets now and join the PBR live at the Golden One Center this February 3rd through 5th.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave. You know, it's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front so you can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending can pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, believing in a better customer experience since 1981. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Oh, I bet you're dying to know who's hot.
Who is hot?
I am.
Carson Wentz.
There's no way.
There's a way.
Okay.
Would you like to hear how?
Explain.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz on Thursday Night Football is averaging 240 yards, nearly 3 touchdowns, and 0.3 interceptions per game. His record on Thursday night, you ask? 6-0.
Is it really?
It is.
God dang it.
Want to change your pick?
My buddy took the Bears tonight.
Ooh, the Bears are coming up on who's not.
Oh, gosh.
The Bears are averaging 135.8 passing yards this season.
Okay.
They are on pace to be the lowest by any team since 1980.
Woof.
That's 42 years in a league that's become very pass happy over the last, I'd say, 10.
Oh, boy.
The Bears are on pace for 1980s level passing football.
Yeah, and again, I'll go back to, like, two of the most baffling things in sports to me are Ohio State and Chicago Bears' inability to field great quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's just, when you really think about Chicago Bear quarterbacks over the years, it's baffling.
Well, especially since their current one's an Ohio State quarterback.
I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, they can't. Justin Fields one.
News and notes.
Oh, come on.
Justin Fields. All right. Justin.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you said Fields.
Fields, right.
Yeah, last name
Hey,
Fields.
you know what? Just in time, news and notes.
Stand by on this frequency.
It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
There's a teaser for a new movie. It's coming out on Apple TV. In it, there is a pair of actors start off tap dancing to a festive track before appearing in Dickensian street scenes evocative of Old England. From there, one of the actors takes the other through various settings and time periods before introducing himself as the ghost of Christmas presents. And indeed, the movie is an updated take on the classic holiday fable. Also stars Octavia Spencer.
Oh, I love Octavius. Caldwell Pope.
Would you like to know who the two actors are that are going to be starring in this upcoming movie titled Spirited?
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Ryan Reynolds, and Will Ferrell. Because Will Ferrell is returning to holiday movies really for the first time since Elf.
Santa!
And Will Ferrell is the ghost of Christmas presents. I'm really excited for this. And
I was going to say, you sound...
I'm so excited.
You're a little chipper.
I love Christmas. And I love Will Ferrell. And I love Ryan Reynolds less. But I love all of them. And I'm excited for super awesome Christmas movies.
I hope it's super awesome.
I don't do the whole, like, Hallmark Channel thing. It's just...
These are feel goods.
Cheese balls.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know, what am I... Favorite Christmas movie, real quick, go.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay. You ever see the movie Family Guy with Nicolas Cage? I mean, of course you guys haven't seen it. It's Nicolas Cage, Tia Leone.
No.
It is the
I've heard it's good.
I love it. And I think it's the most underrated Christmas movie ever. That it may not be my favorite, but I watch it every
Family
single year.
Stone.
Huh? Sly?
Family Stone's good.
Family
Love Actually.
Family Stone? Never heard of that. Love Actually, did you say that?
I did.
Oh, you said that. By the way, listen, my favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story. I've seen it more than any other. Everybody, I love Elf. I love Elf, especially a little squeaker. It gets me every time. Bob Newhart, who's still with us, fantastic in that movie. Days of the week. We'll get to these real quick because we have a celebrity birthday.
Good batch too today.
We do have a good batch today, I would imagine. Why would I imagine that?
I don't know. Did you look ahead?
Because yesterday's was so bad.
Yesterday was. We haven't had any good ones. Today is.
I celebrate this.
None of these are. Today is World Thrombosis Day, International Plain Language Day.
Plain language?
Yeah, I don't.
As opposed to language with sauce.
So here's the thing. I'm not looking at it right. So it's spelled Plain, like plain, not like plain, like hey, vector, Roger, Roger. I'm guessing it's not language that you speak in like Nebraska or Kansas or somewhere across the Great Plains. I'm guessing it's more of a
boring.
It promotes the use of clear and simple or basic information. You ever read a report, blog post, or another form of written communication? Did you have trouble understanding what you were reading? If so, It might be because it was not written with clear and simple language. So here's some benefits to using plain language, fellers. Reduces mistakes, gets the message across in a short amount of time as possible. Decreases the stress and anxiety for readers. More people understand the message.
I mean, I get it. It's layman's terms.
Layperson's terms.
Nah, stop.
Let's be. And finally, because none of these are fun. You know what I'm saying? Like plain language is not a blast, but National Yorkshire Pudding sure is. Why is it? I don't know. I've never had Yorkshire pudding. Have you?
No, I don't believe so. Not to my knowledge.
I don't think it's it's one of those stupid English things, which is why we won the war, where they call it pudding, but it's not pudding like we think. Pudding's a dessert. Pudding is not dessert there.
Is it meat?
Yeah, it's Yorkshire pudding is a traditional English dish similar to a popover. It's made from a batter and usually served with roast meat and gravy. I mean, that sounds good. They said you can make your own by making a pancake batter and then dropping stuff in there. And
it sounds like something you serve Christmas Day 1895.
Right. With it sounds like something, to your point, that you'd serve alongside roast goose.
Yes.
Which I've never had, no plan.
Neither have I.
I want nothing to do with a goose. I don't want anything to do with eating a bird that's got red meat, like a duck.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm good.
Jason's not arguing, so I feel like he's all about
Jason's Jason's not into duck or goose.
No.
What about duck, goose?
Nah. Favorite game.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
Celebrity birthdays.
Celebrity birthday is on this date, October 13th. Happy birthday, guys, to the one, the only, the great Jerry Rice.
The GOAT.
The Goat. Oh, gosh. I should know this. I'm going to say he is 58.
I was going to go 58, so I'll go 57.
Wrong direction. He's 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Sasha Baron Cohen. Ricky Bobby.
This is tough, man, because he's all over the place. I feel like he's older than I think he is. I'll say Sasha Baron Cohen is 54.
I'll say he's 48.
He is. We tied 51.
Oh,
good tie.
Happy birthday. We got a couple of Pauls here. Let's go with Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is 42.
Paul Pierce is 45.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not.
Paul Pierce is 45.
Yes,
right on.
I knew.
Way to go, Jay. Paul Simon.
Hey.
From Simon and Simon. Good show.
Yes.
Love me some Paul Simon.
Simon Says.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Garfield.
Paul Simon is 77.
Paul Simon is a even 73.
An even 73 is 81. Ooh. Happy birthday to Marie Osmond.
This is a good one.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Here's what's funny. Little known fact, Marie Osmond and Paul Simon were actually born on the same day. They were both celebrating their 81st birthday today.
79.
For Marie Osmond?
Yeah.
She is 63.
Dude, you were way off.
She hates you. 81.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I
Sorry,
guess.
Mary.
I don't know. Sorry, Mary.
You just hit her across the leg like Nancy Kerrigan, who is celebrating her birthday.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh, let's see. Nancy Kerrigan, which means you care more than once.
Right,
by the
I know.
way. Nancy Kerrigan is 50. She's even 50. Congratulations.
Nah, Nancy's older than that. She's got to be 54 at
No
this
chance.
point.
She is 53.
Aha, I told you she wasn't 54.
Happy birthday to friend of the show. Sometimes is here. In fact, he's in the room with Jay quite a bit. Might be here now. I don't know. Jerry Jones. Is he in there?
Is Jerry Jones in there?
It is my birthday. I thought I'd celebrate with y'all.
Jerry Jones is 130.
Jerry Jones is 83.
I will say Jerry is 79.
He is 80 today. Happy birthday,
hey.
Jerry.
You cheated. You changed your answer. Doesn't count.
Happy birthday to Jermaine O'Neal.
Stop it, Jermaine.
Not okay.
Jerry.
Every time I hear
Not okay.
every time I hear-
Not okay.
Jermaine O'Neal, straight out of college or straight out of high school.
You were saying something
And
else.
that for name
No,
Jermaine.
straight out of college. And then, straight out
Straight
of
out
high
of
school.
college.
And then they do sound the same. Jermaine O'Neal is actually Jermaine O'Neal. Weirdly enough, you think he's a lot older, but he's not. He's 42.
43.
44 for Jermaine O'Neal. Happy birthday to former King, former Kings analyst, former Kings coach, Reggie
Theus.
Theus.
Reggie Theus.
Former actor.
Reggie. You know, Reggie, who would have thunk this? Reggie is 61.
63.
65 today for Reggie Theus.
Reggie looked good for 65
Yes,
and no
he does.
hyperbole on that one.
Doc Rivers.
Everyone's getting so old.
Happy birthday to Doc Rivers.
Glenn.
Glenn Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Former Kinnick and Hawk.
Second most famous doctor in 76ers history.
No.
Doc is
Dr. Embiid.
Doc Rivers is 65.
63.
61 for Doc Rivers.
Okay, all right.
Happy birthday, Del Harris.
Oh, jeez.
Harris is 80.
81.
85.
Golly,
Wow.
good for
Closer,
you.
Trevor Hoffman.
Bells.
Trevor Hoffman is 49.
Trevor Hoffman's 52.
Trevor Hoffman's 55. Happy birthday to Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer is 7. Brian Hoyer is 37.
Brian Hoyer is still a young 33.
Brian Hoyer is 37. Well done.
Wow.
And we're going to ask it again.
win.
Happy birthday to Marie Osmond.
Marie Osmond is
Do you remember?
she is 63.
21.
She is 63.
Yeah, nailed it. Nailed the last two right
What
on the
did you
dot.
say? 81
I
for
said
Marie
79.
Osmond.
Donnie's 84.
Yeah, well, that's
you know. For Sam Amick,
Mm.
for Jay Mars, for Jason Ross, I am Carmichael Dave. Don't forget, kickoff 5:15 tonight, pregame at 4:45. Commanders and Bears. We'll be back tomorrow. Jim Rome is next. Love y'all. Go Kings. Bye-bye now.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell